And we are live. Awesome. What is up, everybody? It's Dave Drakes with the Collective Experience, and we are back for yet another live TCE watch party. I'm really amped about this one because this is probably my favorite track that I've seen so far this season, excluding Daytona Supercross, of course. Really pumped to be able to do this again. As you can see, not at the race today. Work has been pretty busy, pretty swarmed with stuff as of late. So this is pretty much the next best thing, in my opinion, to be honest with you, is being able to talk to everybody and chat and bench race. It's going to be awesome. So I'm really stoked because today we're going to have my buddy, Mr. Bryce Frankowitz, the other half of the Behind the Gate podcast with AJ Catanzaro. Bryce is a world of knowledge. The guy is super articulate, knows the sport very, very well, and I think he's going to give us some really good insights. Really excited to have him on. And as always, I want to say thank you to everybody who supports the channel, who supports the Collective Experience. I really want to say thank you to all of our amazing sponsors, especially FXR, Overshare Advice and Planning, Flow Vision Goggles, Evans Coolant, Surgeon Limited, Patch Demex, Rack Racing. The list just continues to keep going. Got to say thank you, Big MX Radio, just everybody who continues to support us and do a lot of cool things with us. It's been greatly appreciated. Now, I know a lot of people are pretty stoked to see some action between Cooper Webb, Ken Roczen, get that whole thing going, the whole turmoil between those two and all the action. Personally, I want to see Roczen win, so I'm pretty stoked to see that guy get a comeback. A win, it's not the question for him, right? The guy is super capable. He's super fast. He knows what he's doing, and I think he's not as flustered as some people may lead you to believe. So that's going to be great to see Roczen hopefully redeem himself. I'm going to stamp it. I'm going to say that he's going to come out and do really good and surprise a lot of people today. I think it's going to go really good. So really excited to see that. Also 250 West. I mean, you can't not talk about the wonder kid Hunter Lawrence. The dude is phenomenal. Rode last weekend like a true champ and nabbed his first win. And now he's our points leader. How freaking crazy is that? Like the guy, we weren't even talking about him 2-3 weeks ago, and now he's your points leader. Like holy crap, that's freaking phenomenal to see so much parity in this class. And so much depth of talent. I think for sure the West is pretty it's pretty stacked with talent. So it's really good. As always, guys, please feel free to hit that chat. We're gonna bench race with you guys throughout the entire evening. Once my guest shows up, Mr. Bryce Frankowitz, we're gonna continue to keep the questions rolling in, answering questions, giving you guys the inside look at the industry from our perspective, to talk about the racing, obviously, as it happens, as well as chatting a little bit about what we do in the industry and again, some of our personal experiences. So Brody Lowe, what's up, dude? Yeah, I'm the guy from AJ's vlog. I don't like that designation for whatever reason. AJ's my buddy, so I don't like the designation of like, oh, AJ's guy. He's a nerd. But no, I'm kidding, dude. Yeah. So you'll see me in a bunch of AJ stuff. You'll see Bryce in a lot of AJ stuff too when he's on. So yeah, definitely check out the channel if you haven't before. Hit that subscribe button for us. Give us some comments and likes. It would be greatly appreciated. We want to continue to keep doing all the cool stuff that we do behind the scenes, bringing you exclusive content that you really can't get anywhere else. So I want to say thank you to that, to everyone that makes that possible. I want to hear from you guys a little bit what you think about the series so far. Like there's been a little bit of mix up and like I said, parity between the 250s on both coasts. There's been a lot of swapping around of momentum in the 450. So I definitely want to see what you guys think. Personally, I think it's really, really cool that the 250 West has so much jam packed into it in terms of talent. I love watching the Yamaha dudes. Those guys they have their motorcycles so figured out. All of the talent that they hire. I mean, everybody is just so fast, man. It's crazy. There's potential across the board from everybody on the Yamaha crew. But it's also nice to see the pro circuit team have a little bit of a resurgence too. I grew up in the era when it was like Villo, Stroop, Weimer, and they had pretty much a wonder team of guys. So yeah, 100% think it's super cool to see like pro circuit kind of rise to the occasion again when there was kind of a lull, for like a better word. Yeah, so Brody goes, AJ is a nerd. No, I totally get it. I'm just busting your balls, man. No, yeah, I'm definitely the dude from AJ's vlogs, but yeah, it's all good, dude. Yeah, what do you think about AJ's vlogs, by the way, man? I think he's doing a pretty decent job with them. He's really a funny guy, Brody, honestly. Like the dude is pretty satirical. So you know, he's not all bad, but yeah, he's definitely a nerd. What's up to Lee Riley? What's going on, dude? Good to see you back again. Really appreciate the repeat offenders who keep joining us on these things, man. It's great to see, and I love to see everybody just kind of in the mix and using this to chat with everyone, get to know people. It's cool. So yeah, I also agree, man. Tonight's track looks sick. What I really like after watching qualifying is that there's options, right? I hate the track that we had last weekend because you couldn't freaking do anything. Everybody was doing the same line, the same way, same inside here, same outside, same rhythm. That makes for horrible racing, especially when you know the faster guys, if they don't get a good start, which they should anyway, what are they going to do? You can't pass. It's literally like a freaking highway, So tonight, I think there's rhythms that actually pay into people's favor at different points. So you might be able to triple in, get a leg up on a guy. You triple out, might get a leg up. You do the quad in the middle, that might give you a little leg up. So you're constantly doing this with the guy next to you, depending on the rhythm that you do. So I think that makes for great racing. A lot of good corners. It seems like it's decently tacky, or as tacky as you can expect. As you can expect Arlington to be. I just got a glimpse of one of our past interns who did our internship program, who's now working for Feld as a videographer. So shouts out to Mr. Cole Beach. The dude he absolutely crushes it. And yeah, through our TCE SX and MX and Arena Cross program now, I don't know if you guys are aware, but we are able to get fans behind the scenes, and not just fans, people who want a start in the industry, who want to be a mechanic, who want to be a film guy, who want to be a team manager someday, who want to be a gear rep someday, and get them the experience hands-on working with the pro team. So guys, please check that out. We have our MX program debuting very, very shortly here in another couple of weeks. And we're going to have the teams available for that one, where you guys can literally sign up to be their intern and get hands-on experience. And I'm telling you what, dozens of people are getting hired from our program. Dozens of people are having badass jobs that I kind of wish I could have had earlier on. But it's so great to see so many people take advantage of our program and use them to have careers that are just freaking phenomenal. We're getting ready to drop the gate here on Heat 1. They're showing a close-up on Harrison. I really like this dude, man. I didn't know what to expect with him on the Muck Off Honda. Obviously, it's a great bike, but yeah, for sure, I'm excited to see what this guy does, man. I really like how he looked in practice, and he looks like he's gelling well with the bike. And we just had a gate drop for the first heat, 250 heat number 1. And man, like I said, those freaking Yamaha bikes are so dialed. Oh, huge slam between Smith and holy crap. Oh, that was bad, dude. Is that one of the club guys? Oh, he slammed into that face of that jump. Oh, geez, that sucks, man. So now we've got Fry Macadoo 1-2. But holy crap, I want to see that replay. That was insane. Holy shit. Man, if that's going to be some of the a precursor for what's coming in the mains, man, this is going to be a great time. Just replying in the chat a little bit. Brody, yeah, dude, you've got no idea how funny AJ is, man. Like, if you watch some of our old content from like last year, if you don't mind hitting that subscribe button, if you watch our stuff from like last year before, like we had literally like segments of AJ just like making fun of us, like the group chat, or like making fun of other people on track walk when we were doing that in the mornings. Dude, it's so freaking funny. This group knows how to have fun for sure, man. They crack me up every weekend. Yeah, so Brody, I did race like that Moto Playground era. So like I was on 85s. Holy crap, look at Smith just drilled it. Oh, holy crap, dude. And swallowed Harrison up. And you can see they just got together, man. Looks like Smith drifted a little bit left and just connected, and he got the worst of it, dude. Oh my gosh. 4 bikes down. Jeez, that's gnarly. Yeah, but I started racing in like 2001. I hopped on big bikes in 2005, off minis, and uh, yeah, dude, that whole moto playground area is like for sure like my golden era. But yeah, no, I got into moto the same way everyone else did, man. I grew up racing in New England. Um, I grew up racing, with AJ, Jimmy Dakota, all these guys from New England, and then went through the ranks to the whole chasing points deal and that whole thing. But once we kind of hit like 15, 16, it was like, ah, man, I think I don't know if I have what it takes to be a successful pro racer and make big money at it. So I did the whole college route, got an engineering degree, and actually went to tech school before that to learn how to work on bikes. Got an engineering degree, and now I design motorcycles full time and run the collective. Also seems like full time, and do a lot of other stuff too to keep myself busy. But yeah, I was a mechanic for a while, and I feel like I play gear rep sometimes for what I mean. I wear many hats, but no, I'm very grateful for all the opportunities that I've had in the sport and people I get to interact with and help and whatnot, all the great brands, and yeah, it's been fun, man. So Pete, the meet, we're not going to be streaming the race on here. We're just going to kind of be like discussing it with our co-host who is arriving soon, Mr. Bryce Rankowitz. So we're pretty much counting on you to have the race on, and then we're going to chat a little bit as racing happens, like what's going on right now. Um, no, Brody, dude, I agree with you. I feel like Smith has the worst luck, dude. And how many times has this guy come close to like being a points leader or leading points or winning races or winning championships? Even the guy is like he's legit, but he can't catch a freaking break, man. Like, yeah, and that's a really good comparison to Kennard, man. I feel like Kennard almost the same deal, but Kennard at least had like a multitude of wins and a lights title and whatnot. But man, like it cannot go this guy's way, man. And it's honestly, it doesn't seem like it's any fault of his own technique wise. I don't feel like he's getting hurt because he's got sloppy technique, man. It's almost just like crappy luck. You know what I mean? It's such a bummer. So we got McAdoo out front, and he looks really good. One thing about McAdoo this year, he improved so freaking much over the last couple of years, man. Like a lot of people have so many stories about him just being a shy kid who just wanted to, get his chance to show what he's got and subbed in on teams. Never actually really had like a solid home up until a little while ago. And man, does he look like he's appreciating that ride and he is grateful for it. The guy is just elevating so much. Lee, Jordan drifted over a little bit to the left and kind of tangled up a little bit, caught the front wheel of Harrison, I believe. So yeah, that the end result was not pretty at all, man. But yeah, so going back to McAdoo, I'm so impressed with how he went from a guy that's like, yeah, best of the rest of the guys, I want to say, like, yeah, fourth, fifth, sixth place guy, to now he looks like, man, he could literally best with anyone on any given day, and he's gonna come out on top, man. He looks so solid, and he looks in control. He doesn't have that out of control fast guy speed. He looks like he's methodical. He knows what he's doing, and he's got a plan, and he's attacking. So I'm stoked to see it, man. And you got the young guns of Fry, and holy crap, Cody Schock in third. Like, dude, that guy is another one that's just continuing to keep improving. And I told I think it was uh, Tyler last weekend on the live or it was Tuesday on the live watch party that I think McAdoo is a guy next year we're gonna start seeing him as like that fourth, fifth place guy and possibly have a sneaky podium. He is progressing at such a rate that is like it's staggering, man. It's so crazy. Yeah, Lee. Honestly, Kennard's career, man, I feel so bad for him. The guy deserves so many more wins and titles and I think he even more fanfare. Like I know he was popular, but I think the guy deserves so much fanfare for just what a solid, fun, enjoyable guy. He was clean cut, but he was also fun. He wasn't boring. He wasn't cookie cutter. I mean, he rode the bike like, I mean, no one's business. The guy was so fast. So, yeah, it's a bummer, but at least he's still part of the sport as a tester for Honda, and he's getting stuff going that way. Look at this battle for like the last couple of transfer spots directly out of the heat. This is so cool to be able to see a lot of riders this year, a lot of new faces in the 250 class really make a name for themselves. Like there's at least 10 guys who are new to the 250 class on each coast this year, um, who just look like an absolute like real solid, like solid main event guys with three digits who are battling for direct transfers out of the heat. And say what you want, yeah, it was light on one coast, not the other. Everyone's hurt, whatever you want to say. It's going to usher in just a whole era of confidence next year. These guys are going to be like, well, last year, I made it into 4 or 5 mains, 2 directly out of a heat race. I should be the guy who's out there kicking ass and battling. And you're just going to see talent continue to creep up, and we could have a very thick with talent class in another 2-3 years, 450 and 250 of guys that are just like, yeah, screw what everyone thinks. I'm out here trying to make a name for myself. I've been doing it for a little while, and boom, I'm here. So that's gonna be awesome. Moto-X 333 AJ was tearing up the SX track in a 65. Dude, you are not kidding. You have no idea, or maybe you do if you raced with us back in the day or New England area, how difficult it was to like hang with AJ Cat on a KX60 or KX85. The dude was so fast. Mind you, stock bikes. The dude was so freaking fast, man. He knew how to ride that bike like crazy, man. The guy was so fast. Brody, I didn't hear about Mumford being hurt. I think he had a little naggy injury from practice, a practice crash, but I don't remember exactly if that was like a legit deal, or if it was just like a little tip over and something was kind of ailing him, or if it was something more serious that needs a little bit of looking after. So it's unfortunately one of the bummers of our sport, right? Sport's great, but getting hurt absolutely sucks. You see, Brody says he remembers racing Adriana Polini. Dude, AJ on a 50 was absolutely lethal. The guy was so freaking fast, man. He literally knew how to ride the wheels off that little bike. And if you talk to his dad ever, Tony Catanzaro is one of the coolest dudes. And he talks to him out a minute, super kind of like myself, super friendly, and just loves racing. That guy has so many stories of like super factory Polinis just like going all out, smoke coming out of the crankcases because they were just so freaking modified and so heavily stroked out. And man, just a lot of funny stories back then between Barsha and AJ on Polinis going back and forth in the early days. Man, that's awesome stories. So yeah, McAdoo wins that one. Again, a lot of new faces that we're seeing transfer directly out of the heat. Like I keep saying every week, I hope you guys have been joining up with us. I hope you guys are following along with us on the Pulp MX fantasy campaign. We've got our own league, the Collective Experience. Check it out. I'm going to be giving away $100 to the winner of our league at the last Supercross round. Once all the points are settled, $100 for the winner, 50 just for second place, and then $10 for third place. At least you win something. And we're also doing some giveaway trivia tonight also, so that you guys who are listening and watching along with us can win some cool prizes. We gave away, I think, 3 or 4 or maybe 5 even prize packs over the last couple of weeks, guys. So anytime that we have a live watch party, please make sure that you tune in and interact with us towards the end, because we're giving away some really cool stuff. We've got stuff we're just sitting on from the season that we want to get in your hands, guys. We got stickers, clothes, hats, little memorabilia, you name it. Those are going to be in the prize packs that we're shipping out for you guys. And as always, please feel free to hit the chat. If you guys have any questions at all, please ask away. It's going to be myself, and I think Bryce Rankowitz is going to be joining me a little later. He's going to put the little guy down for bed. And then he's going to join me up, and we're going to start bench racing, talking about a lot of stuff. And if you don't know who Bryce is the other half of the Behind the Gate podcast with AJ Catanzaro. Bryce is a wealth of knowledge, Mr. Downhill Mountain Biker Extraordinaire, and really tight guy in AJ Catanzaro's inner circle, knows the sport, super, super well, and can give some great insight, about the sport from his perspective, what he thinks, some things that he would like to change or whatever, because, we always ask that question, right? Also, guys, again, if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. We want to make sure we get our viewership up and continue to keep bringing you guys amazing content. If you haven't already, we put a new video out asking AJ Cat what he thinks about nerves when it comes to pro racing. If pro riders actually get nervous, we have that video out, as well as our recording from the last live watch party. We also have a quick rundown of Jet Lawrence's bike, an inside look at his HRC factory Honda CRF 250. Check that out if you guys want to see what Jet's dad thinks about his bike and what he likes in his setup. A closer look at how Jet does things in the motorcycle and what works for him, check out that video. It's going to be in our What the Pros Ride playlist. So please, guys, check it out. This is looking like it's going to be a pretty solid fight for that red plate on this coast, man. Personally, I think Macadoo looks a little bit more consistent than Lawrence, but I don't know, man. Lawrence could have gotten that rise of confidence last race, and can be running with it now, man. He could be like, you know what, screw it. I'm sick of these guys winning and beating me. I won last weekend. I want to continue that train rolling. You know, we're all mental midgets in this sport, so he could actually, like, you know, really dig what's going on with his program so far and use that momentum to keep running forward. Riley, I have no idea what happened to Wilson's wheel, man. Looked like he got tangled up with someone. Usually, that's when you rip out spokes like that. That's somebody's foot peg that gets caught up in your bike, or when you go down and you guys go down together, the wheel's spinning and he hits a handlebar or something, or like the end of a pipe. But I think it looks like he kind of got tangled up with somebody in either the first turn or the first couple of corners and just ripped out spokes and locked the rear wheel up. Which is an absolute bummer for him. But those guys do have extra stuff. But man, it would be nice if we can get that stuff figured out. Some titanium spokes maybe, so that wouldn't happen. Obviously, up the price of the bikes even more, which would be super awful, especially for my cheap ass. Brody, Josh Greco was on the Polini too, man. Or was it KT? I think it was KTM for a little while. I think it's Polini for a quick spurt and then KTM or something like that. Man, they were honestly so fast, and it's really cool to see those guys who were racing back then and how they're buddies now, man. It's super funny. What's up, Tars Thomas? What's up, buddy? No, I'm not in Texas. Decided to stay home for this race. Had some busyness at work that required some attention. So just going to be doing the live watch party, and I'll probably be doing another couple. I don't know if I'll be able to make it to every single race, but you guys will see me for a fair share. And if you care to join along, check out those vlogs that we keep posting up, guys. It gives you a really cool in-depth look at the races and makes you feel like you're actually there with us. We've got Lawrence following Mr. Jalik Swole, and all those guys are behind Justin Cooper. Cooper is another guy, man. I would say he's probably the fastest guy on this coast, but I wouldn't say he's the most consistent, right? I think it goes Cooper, then Macadoo, then Lawrence, and then everybody else. Also, I want to give a shout out to Jalik Swole, man. I've been a fan of his for a long, long time, and he looks super good as of late. It was kind of a lackluster pro debut last year, but I mean, he was young and stuff like that does happen, right? So, and everybody has outrageous, James Stewart, Eli Tomac-esque, rookie debut. So, super cool to see that he's kind of putting it together, and you can see the confidence on this kid. He's a young guy, but the confidence, the talent is there. And I wouldn't be surprised if next year he's a podium threat on a regular basis, and maybe even a title contender at his tender young age. I think he's still a teenager, if I'm not mistaken. So, a lot to expect of the guy. A lot of potential. Man, that sand section looks absolutely gnarly as Cooper goes through it right now. The tough part about when they throw in sand sections, especially that one, is that they're throwing sand over slick, hard-packed base. So not only do you have to contend with the front wheel sliding out because you're in sand, but also you could get that nice slick stuff underneath from having a hard-packed Supercross base and have that front end just, scoot right out underneath you, man. And it becomes really unpredictable. It gives you an almost numb, wally feeling in your setup. So when you're going to set the bike up, you might set it up so far one way to actually get your bike to respond in a certain way and have a certain amount of feedback. But then, you might screw yourself up when you're going towards through the whoops or turns when your setup is like ultra stiff, or your rebound settings might be a little bit different because you're searching for this a little bit more of a good feel through that gnarly sand section. Yeah, Brody, dude. I mean, those guys were so fast at Ponca, and you don't hear about Ponca anymore. Why is that, man? Ponca was such a historic one, man. I feel like Ponca, the Minios, and maybe was it Lake Whitney? Yeah, I'll throw Mammoth in there too. Got so much more press than back in the day. It was Loretta's was super important, But dude, it almost felt like those other races were just as important, if I'm not mistaken, right? I mean, what do you think, man? I feel like they put a lot more emphasis on other amateur races, and lately people only seem to care about Loretta's, man. I'm like, man, there was like 7, 8, 9 big races where you could actually see these guys like develop and really test their mettle on a regular basis. Now it's like they stay at their training facility, they come out for the regionals just to qualify for Loretta's and then race Loretta's. You know what I mean? So it's definitely a little bit different. Oh, okay, yeah, Moto-X 3-3, yeah, NESC rider. What's up, man? Welcome. You're amongst your own with NESC New England people. Yeah, man. Honestly, 500 class NESC, dude. I don't even like riding a 450 at South Lake, so I can only imagine what 500s felt like, man. That must have been like, oh, geez, that's crazy. That's insane. That's crazy. Brody, I had no idea Bell used to foster in Jalik, man. That's super cool. That's awesome. But I will say, man, Jalik has so much potential, and I'm excited to see once he gets more a little bit better racecraft, a little bit more experience and maturity, dude. That guy could be lethal, man. He could be absolutely lethal. Yeah, Brody, dude, I feel like the same, man. If you won back in the day, if you won Ponca, if you won Lake Whitney, like you were solid, dude. People were getting sponsored just off those races, not just Loretta Lynn's. Where I feel like now that so much emphasis is on that one race, where like, yeah, Loretta's mattered, but you had so many opportunities to show yourself, man. And these guys now, they only have one shot, maybe two, if depends on how they cover the other ones. But yeah, man, I mean, you could have a great spring series of races. Like I think Lake Whitney was one, Oak Hill usually the springtime. And then if you had a bad race at Loretta's, it was like, oh well, at least whatever. It's just one race. The guy did phenomenal at the other 4 or 5 races, so people they would take with a grain of salt a little bit. But now it's like, man, if you do bad at Loretta Lynn's as an AM, that's it until next year, dude. Like, it really sucks. Yeah, going back to the race guys, man, Cooper looks like he's getting really comfortable up front. Hunter's trying to follow him. Got Swole in third and Hammaker. So it's almost like a battle of the young guys with Hammaker in fourth and Swole in third. I don't know if you guys ever noticed, but have you guys seen a rookie in the 250 class who looks good in the whoops? And I feel like I haven't seen one since like Stu. Like, what do you guys think? Has there been a rookie? Maybe I'm, just blind and not paying attention, but has there been a rookie who looks like they can tackle the whoops straight out of amateurs? I feel like we're not seeing that nowadays, and I wonder if that's attributed to what we just talked about. The AMs really having other opportunities to race and really hone in their racecraft, man. What's going on, Luciano Batista? Tomac wins tonight, man. Honestly, I never count out Tomac for a win. That guy could win on any given weekend, any given race. It's so hard with that guy because he's so up or down. And his up or down is either winning or third or fourth or something, as like worst case, as opposed to what it was a couple years ago when he was getting like the 17th and DNFs and stuff. No, Tomac, honestly, he could win tonight. It just looks like you've got 2 fairly good sized rhythm sections, and it looks like momentum is going to be key in both of them. And there's nobody who knows how to keep up momentum nowadays racing like Eli Tomac. So very well could be. Moto-X 33, 2:7:27. Yeah, man, that's typical, right? For the Redders, man. It's a bummer. You try to stay consistent. I guarantee you, in most classes, a 2:7 and like maybe follow that up with a 3 or a 2 or even maybe a 4, and that's a title half the time. You know what I mean? That's pretty consistent for a lot of classes. Yeah, Brody, I think Jalik needs a little bit of size too. And that comes when you bulk up, right? These guys are still teenagers and stuff. I think once you get into your early mid-20s and stuff, and you start putting on some more muscle mass and getting beat up a little more and building a little bit of resilience and a little bit more racecraft, like I said, that's when you should really start showing out and coming up really strong. Yeah, I agree, man. Tomac, Kennard, yeah, very really good in whoops. But I think those guys like Kennard, he had a little bit of beef to him, man. So he handled the bike very, very well, especially when it got to like really aggressive obstacles like whoops, which are super aggressive. Yeah, man, he looked like he was absolute bruiser with those things. I don't really remember Tomac too well through the whoops, but yeah, Barshaw's another one. Looked really, really good. But yeah, Stu, man, nobody tops Stu in the whoops, man. That guy was just insane. This one pro rider I'd want to bring back in his prime and have them race against a new crop of 250 guys. It would be Stu. That would be freaking phenomenal. How awesome would that be? So yeah, we just finished up the 250 heat number 2. Looks like we got Justin Cooper. Nothing really major happened. It just a lot of battles, I guess, between Jalik Swollen trying to keep Hammaker behind him and keep Lawrence at bay, who ended up getting around him halfway through the race. So looks like the track is shaping up really good. I like the line choice. I like that there's actually places to pass this weekend. I like that we're not going to be bored watching a freaking highway race. And we got some obstacles that actually lend themselves to different riders. Like I said, there's going to be some guys that excel through through one rhythm, another guy that excels in another rhythm, another guy that's going to do really good in the sand section. We got in the whoop, so we've got a lot of opportunity to see some really good racing. So I'm excited. Yeah, the only person who came closest to Stu was another Stu was Malcolm. That's facts, man, 100%. Yeah, 100%. I definitely agree with that. If you're just tuning in, guys, welcome. I'm Dave Drakes with the Collective Experience, and we're going to be doing a live TCE watch party of the race. Now, we're not streaming the race on here because we would get in a lot of trouble. We're going to watch the race with you guys on the TV, and we're just going to relay back and bench race with you as the race progresses as we go on. I'm going to be joined tonight by my buddy Bryce Frankowitz, who is the other half of the Behind the Gate podcast with AJ Catanzaro. Bryce knows a lot about the industry. He's an insider himself, as well as a downhill mountain bike extraordinaire. And the dude, really solid guy. I'm excited to get him on tonight, as long as he doesn't have any emergencies with the little guy putting him to sleep. So we'll see. A lot of you get in the parent game. I know you guys know that. I myself, I only have a dog, so we're gonna keep it that way for a while. So yeah, really excited for tonight. The track looks like it's going to be really good. I also want to let you guys know, if you guys are looking to get an experience unlike anything else out there, please check out thecollectivexp.com, The Collective Experience. We're doing an opportunity where we can bring fans behind the scenes for a motocross race near you and have you work with a pro team as an intern. Now, we've had people come through our program, literally dozens, and get hired into industry positions like being gear guys, mechanics at all levels, training riders like Aaron Plessinger and Adam Cianciarillo, as well as people who work for Feld now as videographers. We have so many people that get hired from our program. And if it sounds like something you want to be a part of, helping out a pro team on race day, getting your hands dirty, building a resume, and getting experience working at the highest level of the sport, check out thecollectivexp.com. You can go head to that now if you want to, but I recommend staying tuned and watching with us and hitting it up afterwards. Also, if you guys want to check us out on Instagram at the Collective EX, we have a lot of cool content that we always pop up on there. A lot of cool stories, a lot of cool opportunities for people to kind of see what goes on race day, and as well as a lot of cool content that you really might not get anywhere else. Also, guys, if you are looking to get your hands on some really badass goggles, and I mean some truly badass goggles, please check out Flow Vision Co. Flow Vision has some of the baddest ass goggles out there. They are so freaking cool. People love them. I personally wear them. I love them. I'm a cheapskate. I really hate having to buy tons of goggles. I don't ride as much as I used to, so I want a goggle that's going to treat me right. I want a goggle that's not going to break down, that I can beat up just a little bit, but also it's going to offer me comfort. I sweat like a pig, so it's got to vent well, and I don't want to blow the bank, man. I'm cheap. I don't want to buy a shit ton of goggles all the time. And Flow Vision keeps their price very manageable and offers me a frame that's quality, that looks freaking good, and I know it's going to last me, this season, next season, and the season after. Check out the guys at Flow Vision, and please use promo code TCE Flow. That's TCEFLOW to save 25% off, guys. They're going to treat you right, and they know grassroots, and the customer service is second to none, guys. Please check them out. I don't know about you guys, but I never listen to the podium speeches lately. I don't know why, but unless it's like Roczen right after him and Webb get into it, or like maybe AP, one of Lawrence guys, they're so cookie cutter, man. They get so cookie cutter, and I don't know, what that big push is to make it sound like every other podium speech. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's definitely a bummer to hear that stuff. Okay, we got Bryce, who is texting me furiously. So we got to get him on. making sure I don't leave him out in the cold for too long. And let's see if Bryce is going to be with us. Looks like he's getting things sorted.
Hey, partner.
And there he is, ladies and gentlemen, Mr.
What's up,
Bryce Rankowitz of Behind the Gate. What's up, dude? How are you?
dude? I'm good. I'm good. Sorry, I'm a little late.
No worries, man.
I had
I
the,
gave,
I,
no, go
yeah,
ahead.
I was trying to get the kid to bed, but
Yep.
I had the race on the phone. Is Jordan Smith the most unlucky dude in
Dude,
Supercross?
so a few people were talking about that, dude, and they kind of like likened it a little bit to Kennard and how Kennard kind of like had a history of being so fast with so much potential, but couldn't stay away from being hurt, man. There's so many missed
Dude, I feel
opportunities.
so bad for that kid. I mean, he just cannot catch a break.
Yeah,
And
I
that
agree.
was a gnarly crash. Like, I'd be shocked if something wasn't broken.
Oh,
Shocked.
dude, same. It has to be a risk the way he was holding it. Yeah, we're getting ready to drop the gate on heat number 1 for 450s, dude. Okay, so we just zoomed in. I want to get a little bit of a tangent. How good does Barsha look this year? Not only in just his bike, his kit, his setup on the bike, dude. As he rips a freaking hole shot, of course. How good does he look on the bike, man?
Dude, he looks real good. When he's on it, he's
Mm-hmm.
just super on it, and then he could be unbelievably competitive.
Yeah,
I'm just going through some technical difficulties here. I'm trying to pull the thing back up, the race back up.
yeah.
Because I was on my phone. I'm trying to switch over to the computer, so bear with me.
No worries. I'll get to the chat a little bit. Moto-X 333, or sorry, 33. I keep adding an extra 3 in there. I don't know why. That's super cool. Your dad wrote an article about nervousness in moto, dude. Like, I wanted to make sure I put that video out just to highlight for people who might be the everyday rider. That these guys do get nervous, even more so than we do. So it's a little bit. It's normal if you feel nervous getting on the line. If you didn't get nervous, man, that would say that says a lot. That means usually either you have nerves of steel, you're absolute badass, or you need to focus a little bit more, understand the pressures and the caution of what you're about to do, some of the dangers of the sport. But no, I kind of wish I didn't have as many nerves. And somebody that Bryce and I know very well, Mr. AJ Cat, he'll tell you firsthand, man, he gets nervous all the time. So it's very nervous, or very normal to feel nervous. Brody, yeah, AC, super impressive as a rookie. Not many guys to come out and just win automatically in their first race and hold a red plate for a little bit. So I definitely agree with you, man. Definitely agree with you. Riley, there's honestly more roles in the industry than you think. CNC machinists, oh, for sure, dude. I could see people wanting like one-off parts or even being a manufacturer for other companies. Even if you're not doing designs yourself, literally being a person that almost supplies the product. Like I can definitely see that. There's again opportunities in the industry all over this place for whatever it is.
Dave, how are you watching it? You on Peacock?
Yeah, I'm on Peacock.
Mine is on my phone. It's perfectly in sync.
Yeah,
On my computer, and I'm like doing the sidecar with my iPad.
yeah.
It's like 2 minutes behind.
Oh
I got
yeah. No worries,
four
dude.
minutes left.
You can do phone or iPad, whatever works, man. And it is honestly it doesn't have to be perfectly in sync. Like we can kind of get into tangents too, and we can kind of play catch up as it goes. But we're also on a 20-second delay on from when we record through Zoom and it gets to the YouTube live. So no,
Are we free to speak with swears? I'm always I'm always scared with AJ.
no,
It's not.
yeah, no, dude. Honestly, go ahead, let them fly. We keep it pretty normal. I don't think we say anything. We might say like shit every once in a while, but we don't get too vulgar. So
Fuck
we
that.
keep we keep it we keep it we keep it normally. But yeah, big demand for that stuff outside.
Dude, this track. Sorry, this track is my favorite track in a long time.
So I said the same thing. Yep.
Anybody who follows Behind the Gate follows AJ. You might have seen that we recorded a podcast yesterday. Except we did the entire episode. We actually record our intro after we finish. We're recording the intro. We do the ad spots and everything, and we were super happy with everything. It was very rare that like we don't have to just take some stuff out or redo a couple things to make it smooth. AJ's like, dude, that was really good. I go to hit the record off button, and I just go, oh shit.
Oh no.
The record off button was the record on button, meaning I never hit record the entire episode.
Oh.
I've never been more disgusted with myself in my life, dude. I was, first of all, like me and AJ had tried for a couple of days to get on the same schedule to get together, and we did the entire. It was an hour and a half, dude. An hour and a half.
Oh. See, that breaks my heart, man.
I
Especially
just
when you
see
get
Tomac.
on a roll, dude. Like when you get on a
But
roll, ugh.
I know. But back to the track. So we had this whole segment about like what's going to make the tracks better, and him and I, we're fans of whoops. Like we need a big whoop section. We were talking about we need a football field length whoop
Yep.
section. Give me a 100-yard whoop section.
Yep.
But dude, this track is sick. So watching
Primo.
the qualifiers, dude, and in Q1. Oh, Tomac.
Yeah. Tomac got Marsha a little earlier.
I wonder, could you pause yours for a second to get on the same thing as mine, or no?
I don't know, dude. Peacock won't let me pause.
You can't
do
pause,
anything,
right?
dude.
You can't.
Yeah, I can't do anything. It's the weirdest, dude. It's super weird.
I know.
Yeah, shittily. Yeah, it won't let me do that. But no, Bryce. Honestly, going back to what you just said, I feel like back in the day when like we were coming up in moto, I feel like that's when we had the super long whoop sections, the multiple options and rhythms. Like they look like tracks that we have now or tonight actually. But like what we had last weekend, dude, I couldn't stand it. It was one line everywhere. No one could do anything.
It was terrible.
You couldn't leave second gear. I felt like, yeah, it wasn't my favorite track at all.
Dude, this whoop section is gnarly. Like it claimed a lot of 250 guys already.
Yep.
I think finally we have like a whoop section that's gonna be a differentiator. And I love the fact that there's so many rhythms on this track. There's a million combinations. I love that.
Exactly.
It's so fun. I wish that our episode came out because we were talking about that yesterday, like to a T. And of course we didn't, us, we didn't even bother to look at the track map.
Yeah. No,
but yeah, this track is dope. We were talking about how like there used to be tracks way back.
Yep.
There'd like be two separate sections that would go completely different directions. You'd have like almost like Joker lane style.
Yeah. Yep. 100%
options.
And I don't know what it is, but didn't the footprint of the stadiums back then look like they were bigger than we have now?
Maybe it's just the cameras now, dude. Maybe it's
maybe it is.
But yeah, I don't disagree.
Bree High. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we were a lot smaller. So you'll like this. Bree High Go Dog says Cat and Zero takes the win tonight. Over or under on AJ taking it.
I don't know. I love AJ, but I'm not sure Vegas would even make that bet.
Yeah, I yes, Bryce. We love the kid.
He would tell you too.
Yeah, he's like, do not bet on me to win. he would definitely say that. So Brody,
he looked good in qualifying, man. He was right up there. What did he get? Sixth in Q2.
Yep.
And the 100%. Times are good. This track is really, I think he's been waiting for a track like this. Pretty technical.
Exactly.
Nice whoop section.
Yep.
We'll see.
When technique kind of matters, that's when AJ can let his fundamentals fly and get comfortable and start to really show out a little bit.
And dude, so me and him had a heart-to-heart. Again, wish that it was freaking recorded.
Yeah.
But and I don't want to speak for him, but I can in this instance. Like he told me straight up, he's like, my goal is not necessarily to make the main. And he's like, I know that sounds weird.
Yeah.
And everybody who comes up to him in the pits and all of his fans, they want to see him in the main event and everything, but it actually gets in his head.
Yeah.
And it puts like a little bit of pressure on him that he doesn't necessarily want. He's like, I don't, when he shows up for a weekend, like, yeah, he wants to make the main. It's good for him, for confidence, financially, obviously it's better. Yeah. But like, it's not necessarily his goal. He doesn't go into the weekend being like, if I don't make the main, I'm going to be pissed at myself. He has a lot of small goals that he's been chipping away at. And he actually said to me, he's like, when I get a lot of people who are like, oh, tonight's your night, man. And I'm guilty of it too. Like I text them all throughout the race. Go get him, dude. This is your night. Don't forget everybody else on the track. It's all you. He's like, you know what? That actually kind of gets into my head and almost works in the opposite for him. So now I'm just like, dude, accomplish the goals that you want. And that will lead to a main event. But like the pressure of the main, I just want him to get it off his back. I think once he gets in and see Cade Clayson, someone I equate AJ to a lot. Like they have a pretty similar style and they're kind of the same speed and they're both doing the privateer thing. And when I see Cade doing so well, and he was on our podcast and AJ kind of called him out. And I've been waiting for him to answer that call out.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. So no, but once he gets that off his back, I mean, you and I both know he's capable of doing. He's done it before. He's won LCQs. He's been in mains plenty of times.
The famous LCQ win where AJ was
making out with. Oh my God, that was so funny.
Oh man, we're never gonna let him live that down,
dude. That was classic.
Yep, 100%. So Brody in the chat, I don't know if you're onto the YouTube channel, if you can see the chat that's going on right now, Bryce.
I can go on it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That way you can answer some of these questions too. Brody was saying he's been watching a lot of older races like 2012 and 2014, and they were way, way better. And that tonight kind of reminds him of like a techie kind of cool track like that, like kind of like 2012 to 2014 type of stuff. So I agree. I'd even go take that back further, Brody, and say like you said, like maybe like the 2006 sevens all the way up to 2012, where like we're starting to see stuff like what we have tonight. And I hope this is a regular occurrence, Bryce, because this makes the racing obviously much better. Like, look at how much more excited you and I are about this weekend over the last 100%.
Weekend. Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, I think the riders are stoked on it. I think that one of the problems, at least from a fan perspective, this season and even the last couple, is just like there hasn't been a ton of drama on the tracks. Like, guys crash, AC goes down. Like, there's been a couple incidences you could point to, but I'm talking about. This seems like a track where, like, if Roczen gets out in the lead or Webb gets out in the lead, we can start seeing those lead times that we saw a few years ago, where Dungey was famous for, Villapoto was famous for, Tomac when he was on a super heaters, 10, 12, 13-second time differences from first to second. I want to see that on this track. I think it's possible.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, definitely.
Because look at Macadoo was what, 12 seconds up in a heat race, lapping guys on a heat race pretty easily, which is, and I think it's awesome to see 250s doing quads like pretty effortlessly. That was sick. Yeah, Macadoo is for sure solid as hell, but
he is. And honestly, I was saying earlier before you got on, like I loved how Macadoo has like consistently every year stepped it up. Remember a couple years ago, you and I might even been talking about it, how Macadoo was like kind of like a fill-in guy. He had talent, but like AJ would tell us stories about like, he's a hard worker, but he's kind of working through rolling through the punches of being an early pro rider. And now, dude, he's like knocking on the door of a championship, kind of like the ascension has been insane over the last couple of years, right? Like
he's done nuts. Yeah, he's turned it around big time. Hold on,
100%. Yeah, no worries. Yeah.
Is my audio okay? I'm really debating on tossing this mic. AJ got a Shure mic.
Audio's great, man. So you sound fine to me. How's mine? Making me nervous now.
Oh, it's good. It's good.
Okay. Yeah. So I got the boom arm finally. I'm trying to get the studio a little bit better upstairs. Look at that dum dum. He's on TV now, right next to Sexton.
See, I'm too far behind. Damn it. I don't know why Peacock on the computer streaming it through Google Chrome is 2 minutes behind my app.
I have no idea what that happens, dude. Because even Brad, same deal with him. Yeah, you'll see him in a little bit. But yeah, same deal when Brad and I are doing it. Hey, Moto-X 33, dude, you should try to blitz the whoops on that on the 500. How crazy would that be, man? You can get through it with like one throttle blip and be down like half the straightaway. that could be cool. Yeah, Brody, I think AJ would benefit. Like Bryce said to just now. Guys like AJ really benefit from tracks like this. Like the technical sort of multiple option type of track, like really good transitions. Those kind of riders, they love these tracks, man. And I honestly, I can't say I blame them because they get me amped to want to ride, and I'm not even pro, so we imagine what the other riders think. You know what I mean?
Let's see. I have not to beat a dead horse, but I have the computer app going so I could hear everything through the same headphones as opposed to like that's my rationale with that.
That's a little weird. We've got Chase Sexton back, man. The Wonder Kid. He looks like he's making some moves. Roczen's in second, and looks like he's making a run at Webb right now. So, what's your take on the whole Webb Roczen thing, Bryce? I'll answer a few of these some chat messages, but like, take me through what your thoughts are on that whole like tit for tat cat dog fight.
You know what? I like it. I like a little smack talk. I'm a big fan of the whole Weston Pike philosophy. you know, um, but I don't know. I think I mean it seems like they get along outside of the back and forth that they have. I don't know if they're just kind of shit talking, but they're buddies at the end of the day, or if there's bad blood between them. I can't honestly tell. But I mean, hey, as a fan, I like to see the trash talk back and forth and the call out specifically.
Oh,
it just adds to the drama. It adds to the pressure.
Yep.
I mean, it's what the fans want, right? I mean, I want to see some guy like just calling where the home run's going to go, right? I want him to like just point it like, you are mine. I'm going to take you this weekend or in this section or whatever. I want to see more of that.
Yeah. Oh, same, dude.
AJ and I were talking too the other day that unfortunately now the sport, and maybe we'll see a little bit different development tonight. It's too much, in my opinion, of who's going to be the best robot that shows up. It's so robotic that, and like all the top guys, they have very similar regimens. They're riding every single day. They have like the same general training programs. Their trainers differ. Obviously their home tracks might differ a little bit, but a lot of the guys, they ride together. They ride the same tracks. They're on the same plan. They have the same coaches and trainers. And it's just who's going to show up on Saturday night and whose robot is going to be the best. And
I agree with you so much, dude.
And I guess like that's really the evolution that you'd want in pro sports, but what it does is make really boring races, which I haven't been like overly wowed this year with the racing. I mean, I'm glad I'm a fan. I'm glad it's going on. But I think the tracks have just not been spectacular, and it's just been very, very robotic. Now that there's like the battle between Webb and Roczen, I love watching him right now in the heat 1-2.
Mm-hmm.
That's sick.
Oh yeah, dude,
looks like Roczen's gonna get him.
Yeah, they're getting close, dude. Like they're really really getting it. I think obviously Roczen's triple in to that first rhythm section after the finish, and his whoops are insane. And what I keep talking about it every weekend, what Kenny does really well is like those little tricky sections. So like a section where you'll have like a tight inside rut, or like a little like single into the corner and then a little switchback or whatever it is, or like a quick sneaky little line through the whoops or the rollers. Like Kenny is so good about making, which comes into his like how strong he is technically. He makes up those little itty bitty seconds here and there, and dude, that just separates him from everybody else like tenfold. It's absolutely insane. And look at this guy now. Kenny is made the pass on Webb, ran him high, got that rhythm situated, and now if I was Kenny,
Dave, thanks.
What's that? Oh, sorry, spoiler. I'm sorry, Brian.
No, dude, it's all good. I might switch. I guess I don't necessarily need to hear this. I can switch to that.
Yeah, honestly, I mute the racing.
Oh, yeah. I like to hear Will Christian's voice. No, I don't.
Oh, okay. I can't blame there. I mean, she's no Aaron Bates, but But no, yeah, dude. Like Roczen is just so fast that way, man. I like what he's doing tonight, and I think he's got the confidence, man. So if Kenny can get a good start, I like how much he's jiving with this track tonight, man. I just pray that he stays safe. God, please, I need him to do good.
I know.
So just stay safe, buddy. That's all we can do. Yeah. So a few people are saying that we need J-Law to come back to spice things up. Moto-X 33. Yeah, the dude was a world-class athlete, and the fact that J-Law would come out against the Ryan Dungey and win, and the guy was literally hookers, blow, and alcohol the night before when Dungey was working his ass off. That's pretty insane, dude. That is absolutely insane. J-Law was an absolute animal, dude. Guys, if you're just joining us, I want to say thank you for tuning in. I'm Dave Drix with the Collective Experience, and this is the TCE Watch Party for Arlington number 3. We're going to be doing a little bit of bench racing and chatting with you guys through YouTube Live, and with me is my good buddy, Mr. Bryce Frankowitz. Bryce is the other half, the better half of the behind the
certainly the better looking half.
Yeah,
sure.
Certainly better looking. And yeah, if you guys have seen anything that we've done, Bryce and myself and our other buddies in our group chat have done a few videos, and especially one with talking about our trip to Pastrana's place, which was absolutely amazing. Yeah, I talked to Bryce just about every freaking day, so it only made sense. Yeah, literally multiple times a day, Bryce. So it only made sense to get him on here. Bryce, for the few people out there who don't know much about your background, give us a quick rundown on yourself.
Well, so I was born a male. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to go there. Well, you know, Dave, you and I, we're on the same page. Yes. A lot of different things. So
exactly.
I won't even try to be funny about that.
Nope.
So sorry, I'm watching. Is Sexton going to get Webb here? I don't want to say what happened. But you'll see. After this, I'm definitely going to the app so I can be on time.
Oh man, that was a doozy.
Am I that far behind?
Did you see what happened?
No, I have. That hasn't even happened yet.
Oh man, you're far behind. Jeez,
dude, I'm telling you, it's like 2 minutes. It feels like.
Oh, that's gnarly. Yeah, sorry.
Now I can't. Hold on. I gotta focus.
Now I can't get into my intro because I got to see what's happening. Oh, this is hilarious. I'm almost afraid to say anything.
But yeah, kind of figured that was going to happen.
Yeah. So, do you think? So, obviously, Sexton ran Webb a little wide, set him up, and kind of knocked him down a little bit.
Oh no!
Was that team tactics? Was that or that just Sexton just came in a little bit hot and didn't mean to do it?
I mean, it didn't. It just looked like good hard racing. It didn't look overly aggressive. He didn't clean him out.
Yeah.
I think Sexton just out there doing his thing, man. If you're asking if he purposely did that to help Kenny's situation, I don't think so.
Okay, I don't either. I just wanted to put, in case someone said that, I just wanted to put it to rest. That
yeah, no, it just looked like. I mean, he made a pass. It was aggressive, but it was clean, and no love lost. But
no, exactly.
Let me switch this to the app so I can get back on the same page as you. I don't even know how to do this anymore. The sidecar feature is pretty cool with the Mac, but.
Yeah, no, I
it's
hear
a little annoying.
Matthew Kutho said at this point, is Cooper going to be bothered if he finishes second to Kenny? I don't think so, man. If he gets second to Kenny tonight, I don't think he's stressing too bad. If he gets second to Kenny tonight, Atlanta 1, Atlanta 2, yeah, then he starts, worrying a little bit once he starts getting a roll. Because one thing that you're going to constantly hear us talk about, whether it's on the Foul Plugs Moto show that I have on the Collective YouTube page, or talking with Bryce or anything else, it's confidence. You don't want your competitor to get confidence. This is such a mental sport. If Kenny gets confidence again back underneath him, like it looks like he's doing tonight, it's going to be lethal for these guys. And the same goes for Cooper. Once Cooper got some confidence, you see what happened. The guy got in a roll, took the red plate, and now looks like it's a Cooper show. So
Cooper's he's like the best in the business for that too, man. Yes. It's just like once he gets that spark, it's lights out for everybody.
Exactly. I agree with you 100%.
I mean, who do you have for tonight, Dave?
Dude, honestly, it's between Eli and Kenny. Kenny, if he can get a start, I see Kenny going sprint speed.
You don't think Webb's going to win this?
No, I think Cooper. The way Kenny was talking in practice and seeing what he was doing on Instagram this week, how confident and relaxed he looks, and especially this type of track. No, dude, I think Kenny has this in the bag for sure. If not him, definitely a guy like Tomac. I
don't think that this is Webb's track either, man. Just the whoops alone. I mean, he's not a whoops specialist.
Yep.
I think Kenny's going to take it. I hope he does.
Yes. No.
I hope he does. Not because I like him any more than I like Cooper Webb. I just want, I tend to be pretty. There's a lot of the guys and girls who they have a diehard, like they want Roczen to win, or they want Tomac to win.
Yep.
I'm not necessarily like that, man. I appreciate the drama of it. Like I want it to come down to the last race.
Yeah.
As much as I was a fan of Dungey and like
Mhm.
was in awe of his perfection a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, it just got. I mean, how many times we watched the guy like just pull away and do his thing and win and championship. I want it to come down to and secure it, and like with what 3-4 races to go.
Yeah.
I want it to come down to that last race. I want it to be 250 East 2 years ago, or
Yes.
what was it? You know, like
Yep, I know what you mean. Yep.
Or maybe the last 2 years, where it's on the line on the last race. Like I want Webb and Roczen to not know who's going to win going into Salt Lake City.
Yes, I agree with you.
That would be my ideal end of the season.
That's
as shitty as it would be for those two. I mean,
It'd
can you imagine?
Can
you imagine like a couple points separating them?
Yeah,
at the end of the season, like that would be awesome.
The best case scenario.
And like you better be perfect if that's the case.
Exactly, and that kind of makes the race that much better to me. If I can see a rider who was not only super fast, but also could ride well under that tremendous pressure and get the job done, dude, that's a champion right there. Like what Zach Osborne did, like you were talking about with him and Savacci, like coming to the last corner and taking him out. Like when you can muster up the just like that guttural will to win at all costs, like, dude, that makes like legends right there, man. I think that's Osborne will go down in infamy for that one point. So yeah, if we can get a repeat of that anytime, I'm there. That's what I want to see.
I agree, man. I agree.
No, for sure. Yeah, so there's that. Brody says that Sexton looks really good tonight, dude. I agree with you. The guy looks great. Obviously, he just put Webb on the ground. So no, he looks freaking phenomenal, man.
It really makes you think. Where would this all be if he hadn't gotten hurt?
Yeah, man, exactly. Like
because he's right up there. You know,
exactly. Speed, confidence. Yeah, that's 100%. You just saw. I think Kenny put in a mouth guard. And I this is a shameless plug. I'm not sponsored or endorsed by them. I started wearing one recently. Dude, they're really like, they don't feel as bad. And like, apparently they're supposed to like mitigate any beginning symptoms of concussion. So like, concussions happen when like, your jaws, they say, hit each other, your jaw hits the top of your mouth or whatever. I've been racing with one. It's rainbow colored, of course, because they got to show out. The girlfriend made me get it because she was like, when she found out about motocross gear, like knowing the ins and outs, I feel like I'm a Michelin man out there, dude. I feel like I've got every piece of like equipment on. So she's like, yeah, you're buying this and we're gonna make it work. So no, dude, I stand behind them. They help you breathe a little bit better. They get things going.
I used to ride with a mouth guard.
Yeah, yep. They're I don't mind it at all.
I don't race mountain bikes with a mouth guard, but I did ride one with them. I took too many chin hits.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Oh man. Is it Bry or Bree High? Sorry, if I'm messing up, whatever. Yeah. Freeze takes out Ken Roczen and Coop on lap 7 in the main when they go to lap him. That's funny. Poor Vince Freezy, dude. He's a good guy. I like him. Dude, it's a bummer he gets such bad. Well,
I mean, again, last weekend, I thought it was the way he got out of his little tip over and just was he just that unaware of what was going around that he backs his bike up completely square to a berm?
Dude, honestly, dude, like
I don't know. That seemed like a little bit of a selfish dick move. I mean, I get it. Like, what else was he gonna do? Maybe, but like, I mean, he tangled up 2 guys in the process. When I saw that, I was like, did it have to be Freezy that did that?
I know, dude. I know.
It's like nobody else is on the track. He just tipped over in a berm, and he's going to be perpendicular to it and back his bike down it. I'm like, dude, what?
That's crazy.
Didn't wait for anybody to go by. Just no. We'll just completely hold everybody up. No problem.
Let's see. I'm gonna say Bry High. Let me know if I'm pronouncing it right. He said AJ would be better in the booth than RC. I think RC's getting better. AJ's actually really good at being analytical. Bryce would be even better. I know he won't talk about himself. He's super humble. But to me, I literally had a heart-to-heart with Bryce when we went on a mountain bike.
Dave, you're making me blush, Dave.
Was that 2 years ago we did the mountain bike trip at Fountainhead?
No, last year. Shit. Oh my God, dude. It's almost 2 years ago now.
Yeah, right. It's crazy. Literally, Bryce
Wait,
was talking to me about the podcast. I told him, like, Bryce, literally, you are the glue that holds that together. Like AJ, yeah, he has some good commentary, but the way Bryce attacks the sport so analytically and with such like reverence for the sport and such knowledge, like to me, it makes listening to the podcast that much better.
Thank you, David.
And that's where the bromance between myself and Bryce started.
You're a good man. You're a good man.
No,
what I can't do though is offer like professional analysis being on the track. I've never ridden a Supercross track at a pro level. I that's where I like Blair. I like RC. I mean, they know how the track's going to evolve throughout the night, how it's going to break down. I can't speak to that as well.
No, 100.
But AJ does really good in front of a camera. I think he's extremely natural. Yep. And he does break things down. That's why his academy is so damn successful, is because he has like a really unique ability to break down like what he knows and what he thinks into like something that's easily digested by somebody else. And that's a rare skill, 100%. Because I have a problem with doing that myself. Is like a lot of this stuff, dude, is so muscle memory. You know, when you do it from such a young age and you've ridden your whole life, and you almost take for granted what you learned through the process and what you know just from complete muscle memory and repeating the process. It's almost hard to break it down to somebody who's really new or somewhat new. To be able to do that in a way that makes sense and is duplicatable, that's a tough thing to master. And that's why AJ does really good.
No, for sure. I agree with you 100%. So Brody and Matt both kind of share the sentiment that Webb likes those modern tracks that are less techy, more cornery, a little tighter. More, again, non-techy. He kind of likes those. Moto-X 33 says Coop is elite in the corners. I do like his corner speed, but I think Kenny has him beat a little bit. And
no, I disagree. Oh,
Dave. Really? Okay.
The way that Cooper Webb turns on a complete dime in the corners, and they've talked about this throughout multiple seasons, is he sets his bike up to, for example, to be not as well performing in the whoops, so that he can whip that thing around a berm.
Yeah.
I think Cooper Webb has Ken Roczen beat, if not by a little bit, but he just snaps that thing around to me. For like me watching, I think he's got him.
Okay, interesting.
Especially like the 180s.
Yeah. So I didn't think about that yet, but when he does like cut down on the track and get a little bit under and like you said, stop on a dime, that is definitely a KTM trait. And I definitely agree with you. I think Kenny is great because he kind of gives you like that old school rail the outside of the turn kind of feel, you know what I mean? Which is like, for me, love seeing that, right? Like that's, to me, is like when you can know how to ride a motorcycle, that's how you kind of turn and rail those corners. So that's the only reason why I brought that up. But
we can't talk at all, Dave.
We
might, there might as well be a fucking moat in front of every corner, and then every corner might as well be sand, and then there might be a mud bog at the exit of every corner.
150%. Dude,
I worked on cornering a lot last season on the mountain bike.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Because it is my biggest weakness. Like, just I need better cornering speed.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat as you, dude. I need to learn like my jumping better. So like when it comes to moto, dude, I've been racing forever, right? So like jumping on-offs and triples or gnarly big tabletops, double, no problem. The minute I get in a bicycle, Bryce, I'm not even kidding you, dude. I hop a curb and I'm like, okay, Dave, here we go, set up.
Dude, that's okay, so funny.
It. And I don't know what it is. Like we talked about it at length at nauseum, but I can't figure it out, dude. I got to get my shit together.
The bike, I mean, we've talked about it before. I mean, the bike is a little different. You don't have as many safeties as you do on a dirt bike. Exactly. You don't have the panic rev. You don't really have the brake tap. It does work a little bit, but it's just a little bit weirder to have 30 pounds under you as opposed to 250.
Oh, 115%, dude.
But
I don't know. It freaks me out. I don't know why that. I don't know why that is.
You know what? It's funny too because you keep wanting to address people. I tend to be a little chatty.
No, it's okay. Go ahead. I'll do it after this one.
I can corner really fast to the left. I cannot corner really fast to the right.
Oh,
I don't know about
that's
you.
odd.
I
Huh.
can't turn to the right.
On a dirt bike or bicycle?
Both.
Oh,
I could corner a lot faster left than I can right.
I think I can corner right faster than I can left, but like both, they feel it's only by a little bit. I probably notice it, but that's weird. That's interesting.
So that's what I'm working on.
Yeah, that's what I have to work on too this year. That and jumping, like I said, because we're gonna spend some time on bikes this year, Bryce, you and I, because I got to work on it. AA says, of course, I mentioned my girlfriend after I talked about my rainbow mouth guard. It was a coincidence. I promise you, I wasn't trying to deflect or anything, but she is the reason why I got it in the first place. So I had to kind of give her kudos and props. And Brody says Freezy isn't cool because he doesn't party in Temecula J Law School. Oh man. Jixter Prodigy says he hopes Coop gets a flat. Obviously not a Coop fan there. I don't know. I'm not a super big Coop fan, but I don't want the guy to get a flat. Come on, Jixter. Come on. We gotta, let's let these guys.
Dude, that is so gnarly. Jordan Smith is honestly lucky.
Dude, did you see how hard he slammed on that replay?
That is so brutal.
It's ridiculous. I thought he was gonna be knocked out, honestly. Like I thought he was gonna be like just sleeping, Brody says that AJ is a younger version of Blair. Don't give him that much credit. Come on, Brody.
he kind of is.
Yeah.
I mean, truthfully, I could see them in the booth together.
He does. Yep, he definitely does. And Blair does like him, so I'm sure they've talked a little bit about how to make that happen in the future. So it could be. Matt says Kenny is fun to watch. His style is great, and he's a fan of his style. So yeah, you like the technical sort of really just solid dirt. To me, Roczen looks like a fast dirt bike rider. He looks like what a fast dirt bike rider, what we all picture in our heads, what that is. The guy can corner. He's fundamentally sound on the motorcycle. He's got flash and flare, but not in a way that's like out of control. He is definitely something that I would say is like the idyllic or if you could put make your dream character. He is definitely what comes to mind when you think of a fast dirt bike rider.
I think you hit it right on the head, Dave. He's what you think of when you think of a fast dirt bike rider. That's a perfect way to say it.
Oh, for sure. Bryce, Discipline 16 says Dave put up motor on your bicycle. I need to. I definitely need to.
You should
put a little weed whacker motor. Solidarity ours agrees with you on the cornering. Moto-X 33 says bicycles are too nimble. Doug DeGrave Brutalitica. Don't know what that means, but I'm gonna start saying it. Yeah,
you gotta pull up this YouTube feed.
I know Smith has the worst luck, Matt. Like we were saying it all since the crash, dude. Such a bummer to see that. We just shut the gate on the 250 LCQ.
Dave, did you really not know how to pronounce that? It's Brutalica.
Brutalica. Sorry, Brutalica. Dude, my brain is turned off on the weekends. Come on. Sorry. Hey, AJ would have butchered that way worse. So give me some credit.
It's 2021.
He would have butchered it way. I'm sorry, Doug. Oh man. That's funny. Yep. So Discipline, I agree. Chase Sexton has great style. And again, he's another rider that's fundamentally sound, dude. He's super solid.
I think he has, and AJ will tell you too, he has probably the best technique on the track.
Yes. Yep. Sexton, I agree with you 100%. If you could take a picture of that guy anywhere around the track, Bryce, he's going to be doing.
He always looks perfect.
Exactly. Yep. Always looks perfect. Every photo that you see of him looks really good. Yeah, dude. The LCQs for 250s are absolutely insane. These guys are literally risking it all.
I know it's wild. I love it.
Literally risking it all. Shout out to the Team Solitaire bike of Hardy Munoz. That guy is solid, and that team is just a bunch of just awesome guys that love the sport, that work hard, and looks like they're getting some pretty good results out of the young guy Hardy, who I believe made his pro debut after Loretta's last year. So that's awesome. And he's who I think it was Marchbanks. Marchbanks getting around Hardy Munoz. But still, Munoz in a really, really good spot. Get a good spot on the bike. Marchbanks had a podium on the first round, I guess. Bryce, do you think Marchbanks is going to be a solid podium contender? Do you think we could see him potentially get another podium, or was that almost like a fluke?
No, I think he's another guy that has really improved his technique over the last couple of years. where did AJ see him too? Was it damn it. It was one of the tracks out west last year. Damn. I forgot where it was, but he was watching him ride, and I think he even like took him aside and was like, dude, you look like a completely new rider. Like you've really looked like a different guy on the bike. And he said he's been really working on technique. And man, you can't overestimate how important technique is, right? I mean, you could there's some guys out there who just like to twist it, and you could tell those guys, right? They tend to like blow motors and a bunch of parts and blow wheels up and destroy their bikes, but they have balls and they can twist the throttle, and that can get you pretty far, but it can't get you into the elite, I don't think.
Yeah.
So like to work on the fundamentals and the technique, I think is absolutely imperative. And I think Marchbanks is one of those guys that's clearly significantly improved his technique and riding style over the last couple of years. So yeah, I think he's definitely a contender, man.
Oh yeah, 100%. So my neighbors are talking. It sounds like somebody's in my house. I'm like, but I think it's the neighbors just like yelling about something outside, or like talking about or maybe they think I'm making a porno because I've got like my big studio lights in the living room. So maybe they think that like we're up to no good, making
no thanks, I will pass.
Making love videos. It's funny. Yeah, Marchbanks, dude. It's super solid. Also, I like that team he's on, dude. The whole club team, like, there's a bunch of like studs, man. Not only do they have a badass track, but they're kicking ass when it comes to their riders. Oh, bummer for Harrison. Oh God, no! I think I picked him for my fantasy team. Oh, not again, dude.
That sucks.
Oh, come on! I cannot.
What if they caught what happened? That's a weird spot to go down, unless he took that sand section wide and.
Yep, look at sand section. Or no, Supercross. Oh, mother. Oh, come on, dude. I'm gonna pull up Pulp just so I can really monitor this.
That was, that was. I mean, that wasn't dirty or anything.
And of course, did I pick Jordan Smith too? Oh no, I picked Jordan Smith too, dude.
Nice.
Oh, well
done, David.
We're so screwed. Guy, yeah, everyone in the chat, if you're playing Pulp MX Fantasy, please let us know. And be sure to check out the Collective Experience. Join our league. You can win $100 if for the first place, $50 for second, and $10 for third place. So please follow along with us. Let us know who you're picking for fantasy, and please talk me off the ledge, because I've got two guys who are not going to be in the main event now, and it is all my fault because I suck at fantasy. Oh man. Hey, Bryce. So. Bry High Go Dogs asked if AJ will get any more jail tats at the end of the season.
Any more what?
Jail tats.
Jail tats. I don't know. I'd like to see him get his dog's name tattooed on him.
He will at some point, dude. I will say AJ has some of the shittiest tattoos.
Like oh my God, I'm glad you said it.
It looks cool because it's like, they're all kind of together in a montage. So if you like look at it really fast, it's like, oh, that guy looks really cool. Dude.
There's no way that he does not regret having his last name in that font on his back. There's just no way, dude.
We were like 13. Like, what are you doing, dude?
Dude. Oh,
I don't get
it. It's like one of those things like, oh, dude, what is that for, man? In case you forget your last name? Like,
what's great is his wife, Allie, is listening to her make fun of him about his tattoos all the time, which is, Allie is so near and dear to my heart just because of how much she makes fun of him.
Right?
She is so funny, dude. Like,
he has a Marilyn Monroe tattoo.
Yeah, why?
And I don't know if he knows who Marilyn Monroe is.
Skull, right?
I don't know if he knows who that is even. Oh, man. I told him, not that I don't want him, like, we'll see in 4 minutes how he stacks up. I'm gonna try to call him after the LCQ.
Yep.
I want him to make the main. If he doesn't, I'm going to call him, and I'm going to try to get him to come on here, and I'm going to ask him about his tattoos. I'm not even going to ask him about the race.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, we're going to try to get AJ on here to chat with you guys and talk about the race if he can. So, we'll see. Usually, he's like.
I know he's got Zoom on his phone. We'll see.
Yeah, usually he likes to sneak into the stadium and watch the mains, but we'll see if we can pull him away for a little bit. Yeah, we'll see. Whoops, Webb's kryptonite. Matt says
Yeah, I mean,
and
he's
I'm
just
fine
not
with
a
that.
good whoops rider. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Although he's been getting better. Like he's not resorting to jumping everything right off the rip. I mean, you saw last week he jumped and then recognized quickly that that was not the best strategy. He started skimming. I don't know if he maybe started jumping at the end, but even tonight, I think, dude, this track is going to be pretty cool to watch it. The mains, I think.
Oh, 115%, man. I definitely agree with you. Yeah, AJ will definitely be sporting a new butt patch if he doesn't shape it up a little bit. So for those of you who don't know, AJ made a bet with his camera guy, Cameron, that if he doesn't make a main, he's going to wear a butt patch that says subscribe to Cam's YouTube channel. And if he does make a main, then Cam has to have a butt patch that says, I love AJ, or AJ's my hero, which is a lot better than what I have to do now, because I lost a bet to Jet Lawrence, and now I have to have Jet Lawrence all over my kit completely. So not only my butt patch, my helmet, and my bike. So that's gonna suck.
How are you going to do that, Dave?
So I've talked to Aaron at what is it?
AGMX?
Yeah, AGMX, and yeah, we're gonna mock something up together, and then I'll send my pants out to Patched MX. If you guys are looking for butt patches, please check out Patched MX, and make sure you tell them that the Collective Experience sent you, so they can hook you up and give you a discount on cool butt patches. So we're gonna do that, and then probably a helmet wrap. I might get a new helmet for it. I'm not sure yet. See if I can get someone to send me out a helmet, and yeah, do show up the tracks with it, get made fun of immensely, and have all the moto chicks look at me as if I'm a fangirl. It's gonna be great.
Just remember, Dave, he's only 17. Okay, be careful, dude.
Yeah,
I know you guys were all crushing on him. I have to remind you, he's a minor.
Dude, you know what's funny is for sure AJ had a moment. I liked him because he was cool, but honestly, dude, I liked his dad so much more because his dad was just such a cool, down to earth guy. Not that Jet isn't. Jet is great, but his dad was just such a cool, exciting moto energy that like I dug it. But dude, when you were like, yeah, it was really cool to watch everybody simp over a 17-year-old. I literally spit out with food out. Oh, it was great, dude.
I mean, who's not a fan of Jet Lawrence? But you guys were like, every single thing on Instagram, I'd open up Instagram. It's AJ's video of Jet. It's you. It's Jay Kavanaugh. It's like, dude, all you guys. I'm like,
I had to get the
this poor kid. I mean, Jet probably loves it, but maybe he doesn't. Yeah. Maybe he's like, why are these creepy older dudes like what are they trying to do to me?
Yeah, right.
You definitely want to wear his skin, you weirdos.
Yeah, it got pretty weird with a couple people.
AJ, where's AJ? What gate is he in?
I'm not sure. Looks like he's on the other side of the doghouse. I don't think he got that.
I missed it. Oh wait, no. Oh wait, is that him way outside?
No, it sucks because all the freaking all the guys have the same freaking kits.
Dude, I know. Isn't that annoying?
Oh,
do you know how many times this season I've like been like, yes, dude. I'm like, no, fuck.
Nope.
Oh,
yep.
Not that I don't want those guys to do well.
Won a race. Yeah, you're right, Lee. At least he's won a race. Dude. So Brody asked us. I don't know if you follow along with Danger Boy, but how do you think viewership is going to be affected when Danger Boy hits a scene to race for Star on a 250F?
Me? Are you asking me?
Yeah, I'm asking you. Yeah.
Repeat the question. I thought you were talking to someone else.
So how do you think
there he is.
Viewership will be impacted once Danger Boy hits the pro ranks racing for Star Yamaha? Because eventually someone's going to grab him, and it's probably going to be one of the Star guys unless KTM throws a shit ton of money at him.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, he's obviously very good. He has like a pretty cool social media presence.
Yeah.
I don't want to get into this, Dave, right now. You know how I feel about that whole situation. So I don't really follow them on Instagram or social anymore.
No, I hear you.
Just different ideologies. We'll just put it to you that way.
Yeah, there you go.
Where is this kid?
I'll just say I think it's going to be viewership is going to go up.
Oh, is that him? Is that him? And
that's Jeremy.
No, it's A-Ray.
Is it? No, sorry, it's A-Ray and Jeremy together. They're running behind each other. No, sorry, dang it, that's Bowers. See, everyone wearing the freaking O'Neill gear.
The O'Neill Kawasaki crap. Gotta stop.
It's insane.
Oh, this is Bowers coming through the whoops. I saw.
Crazy. But
again, Clayson up there, dude. That's
I think Danger Boy's gonna get extra viewership because of just he's a personality that way. So, but yeah, dude, Clayson, talk about how just turned around his season got after he was just literally chipping away at it, and now look at him, dude. The guy is just looks like a freaking stud, man.
How does he get the 17th? What is going on?
You know what I've noticed? AJ consistently, for whatever reason, always lets off around the first turn, dude. Going into the first rhythm, looks like he's a little bit hesitant. So I don't know, man. I don't know.
But look at this. Look at the 450 LCQ, dude. Like 2 years ago, you would have said A-Ray was almost a shoe-in.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, so we definitely have some Danger Boy family fans in the chat. I watch his stuff. I do keep up with it. I think the family does a good job of marketing themselves 115%, dude.
Absolutely.
They know how to crush it.
Absolutely.
Yep, definitely.
And the kid, the kid is talented as hell.
Yeah. I will say though, Bryce, he's gonna get a rude awakening on when he goes to big bikes full time. Because usually we have a few kids, right? Like AC was obviously an amateur phenom as well as a bunch of other kids. So you see him as an example. When you were racing on 85s and super minis and you're the man, the second you move up to big bikes, 125s, 250s, whatever it is, there's a whole crop of guys that you were beating that like I don't know what it is, but they come into their own on big bikes. The guys who are in third, fourth, fifth, sixth, the minute they hit big bikes, they are like, oh no, I'm right with you now, Danger Boy, or I'm right with you now, Adam Cianciarillo. And so many guys who are in the pro ranks now were that guy back in the day. So if you look at Kennard, Bogle, Weimer, all these guys won titles in pro ranks. They were third, fourth, fifth, sixth, 10th, 12th on super minis. It wasn't until they got on big bikes where things changed. So I think Danger Boy is going to have a lot more competition when he's on big bikes.
Could be, man. I mean, I look at even AJ's career, right?
Yeah.
He was beating Barsha. He was beating Roczen constantly.
Anderson, Tomac, he was beating
those guys.
Mookie, yep.
So yeah, I mean, things happen. We'll see.
Yep, I definitely. So yeah, a lot of people are talking about Cade in the chat too. Guys, Cade has just been stepping it up. He's third in the LCQ right now. Cade looks so much better, man. And I think he just put his head down, worked on all of his shortcomings, which is really hard to do, to work on your the things that you aren't good at, man, like your lowest common denominators, man. That's so great that he's doing that. And he looks like he's a whole different competitor. This is kind of what I want to see AJ do, as well as all the other guys.
And now he has the confidence on his side, right? Now he's started to get in the mains. Now he knows where he should be.
Yes.
And that's huge.
Yep, 100%. 100%. That confidence mixed with that ideology that like I put the work in, I know what I'm doing, I'm just as good as these guys.
I love that it's heart ramped in Clayson too again.
Yeah, two buddies.
2, 3. Let's see what happens because I mean Clayson, I think he's faster.
Yeah, yep. You got Bowers sneaking a sneaky wheel in there. Oh,
Bowers is fast in the whoops.
Yeah, he is, dude. Also, look who's a couple seconds behind Clayson. You got A-Ray coming with 7 seconds to go, and A-Ray is not afraid to put anybody on their ass. So that's going to be crazy. And look, of course, Moran's is 7th right now, and I picked him for my fantasy. So that's like
another good one, dude.
3 dudes. Come on. What did I do? My fantasy is going to look awful for tonight. Disciple 16, definitely 100%. I saw Cade on Swap Moto, and it's really cool. And I love about Swap is that he's giving people a lot of opportunity to come on the show and get notoriety. A lot of privateers that he's cool with, man. It's awesome.
Yeah, Cade's a really good dude. I mean, he's been on the podcast a couple times.
Yeah,
he's just a nice guy in the pits, and talking to him, and he knows now. Now, I mean, he like I said before, the competence thing. You know, he knows where he should be. He wants to be in the mains. He knows he deserves to be in the mains. He's riding just another level. I keep joking with you, Dave, and AJ too. It's like he is where AJ was a couple of years ago.
Yes,
and that's why I really want. I just when I see him doing as well, I'm like, gotta light a fire on this kid. But
100%.
Look, I'm 100% supportive of AJ and the little goals that he wants to click off. I think that's really Look at this.
Oh, Bowers stood up Cade, and now Cade is right next to A-Ray.
Yep.
And these are like best buds. Oh, and A-Ray made the move on Cade. Oh, I wonder what Cade's gonna do to get around A. Oh,
well, this is payback.
Oh, stood him up. Okay, Cade now guard
so
your
you're like,
line.
oh, dude. Oh no.
A-Ray did that to his buddy. No, no.
Well, like there was some. Oh, dude, that. Well, I mean, that's
crazy.
Retribution, right? For last week.
Yep, exactly. You see A-Ray getting all cocky on Clayson. Oh no.
Dude.
Shout out to A-Ray. Shout out to Cade, two of our buddies. Both TCE.
I heard there was going to be a fight last week in the pits
between these two
Chisholm.
Guys?
Yeah, Chisholm was egging him on a little bit.
Okay.
Oh, dude.
Which is cool because they're both.
Dude, it's
both
so funny
really
how
buddies.
that just played out exactly like last weekend, but reverse.
Yeah. Oh, that's crazy. Both really, really good buddies. Again, both TCE riders on our program. So if you guys want to hang out with Cade Clayson or Alex Ray, indoors or outdoors, check out the program. Also, if you're new to the page, welcome. We really appreciate you guys watching, tagging along with us, bench racing with us, asking questions. Please, guys, ask those questions away. Bryson and I are here to answer all the questions you guys have about the industry, what we do, who we are, our opinions. And
I bet Danger Boy's Super Mini is faster than my 250.
That's probably true, dude. Honestly, that's probably true. But yeah, we appreciate it, guys. If you can, we really appreciate if you guys would hit that subscribe button. And if you are enjoying the TCE watch party so far, if you're enjoying the commentary, if you're enjoying what we're bringing to you in our YouTube channel on a daily basis, if you're enjoying the banter, the back and forth, feel free to hit that money icon in the chat and make a donation. We would greatly appreciate it. And a lot of what we do goes right back to these privateer riders that we get you guys hooked up with. Obviously, we don't feel obligated, but we would be ever so grateful, as always. Also, we've got a little bit of an intermission, but Bryce, is there one place that you would rather be than an LCQ in 5th place with fast guys behind you? You'd rather be
my palms are sweaty just thinking about it.
Right? I'd rather be in open heart surgery, courts, jail. Like, you know what I mean? Like the pressures of that.
Well, think about I mean, look, I try to be as diplomatic as I possibly can be on the podcast in general.
Yep.
Some things are just factually true, right? And so I'll go there a little bit. No disrespect to anybody riding in the LCQ.
Yep.
But when you see guys like who you, I guess, perceive as household names in the LCQ, last weekend, Wilson's in there, right? We've seen a handful of top guys in the LCQ, and you are like, they're going to win, or you expect them to win it.
Yep.
You don't expect them to even be in the LCQ.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine the nerves that they're feeling, knowing like, how did I get here? What I better win this. Seeing the additional track time, like it's got to be as nerve-wracking for them, just kind of like knowing they would almost think, why am I here? And that pressure from, at least for me, like if I knew I was a top guy and I ended up in LCQ, I'd be like, fuck, now I'm with these guys. No offense to those guys, but like, just, you got to imagine that that's what they're thinking. Right. So the LCQ is tough. We've talked about it many, many, many times.
Yep.
I personally, I'm a huge fan of the old semis. Like I liked that. When they switched to the 2 heats in LCQ, dude, thank God there's no Triple Crown this year. I'm sorry to any fan who likes the Triple Crown. I absolutely hated Triple Crown. Thank God there's no Triple Crown this year. But the heats to the LCQ, I like the additional track time that privateers got in particular with the heats, the semis, and LCQ. I'd like that to come back. I know it won't, but that's just me.
No, I agree. I did like the semis. They added another element of racing and gave guys more chances. Opportunity for guys to get more tired. You know what I mean? No, I thought it was super cool. And again, it's just another cool opportunity for guys to make it in. I thought it was great, and it almost kind of keeps the privateers separate in their own. Like the LCQ was literally truly a bunch of privateers, right? The semis,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like got a chance to kind of weed out. I hate to use that word, but almost like weed out a little bit, right? So like you got to
Yeah.
see the guys that really we think of as main event guys racing in the main event. So it almost gave us a chance to really highlight privateers in a way too. You know, give them their own race that was almost dedicated to them, I guess. So yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. Well, I wouldn't mind seeing it come back.
I like these Science of Supercross things.
Yeah, they're interesting, huh? But do you think
Let's
there's
see.
some
Oh,
merit behind them?
ruts. Boring. Huh?
Do you dig them? Like, do you think that they're useful or
Some
more
of them
just
are. It's this one I don't care about. The ruts. Maybe to someone who doesn't know, it'd be interesting to know. I'm more of a fan of the ones that get like into the health portion of it.
Yeah, that makes that's almost more important to me than like, hey, this is how Supercross works. Like you talk about the what it takes to have hand-eye coordination and all this other craziness, or like what it
Yeah,
takes to like get bikes set up, right?
that was last week, right? Where they had the doctor on talking about
Yeah, yep,
the yeah,
I
yeah.
think so.
Yeah, I like
Right?
that. I like
Yeah,
that part of it.
definitely.
I told AJ I want a video. He was supposed to bring it this week. I don't know if he did. Um, I want the heart rate overlay onto the track, which I
Oh, that'd be cool.
I sent him the program that you could use to do that.
Yeah,
But you have to run Strava, you have to run heart rate monitor, obviously, but then you could sync it up and have the GPS
yeah,
overlaid on the video with heart rate. So you could kind of see like on the track where his heart rate is, where it's high, where it's low, average. That to me I think would be cool to see. They used to
oh,
do that in
definitely.
some of the spots. They used to show the guys'
Yeah,
heart
especially
rates, but
outdoors. I think too. The outdoors they show that a little bit more, especially that and some lit pro data to show like, okay, look at why Muskin is a little bit faster through this one section, and then also take a look
Supercross, you're
at
way higher heart rate than you are
yes,
outdoors.
exactly. So they kind of did a decent job at doing that. Disciple 16, thank you, man. I really appreciate the kind words about the vlogs. I absolutely love doing them. I love being able to
You have a
show.
vlog?
Yeah, yeah, I have a vlog. Come on, dude. You know, you've been there. No. Yeah, I love being able to show people more inside stuff, coming from the sport, from the races that you really wouldn't see otherwise. And I try to pride myself on making sure that you guys feel like you're there with us at the race. So makes me pretty happy, and I appreciate it. Continue to keep watching them, guys. Continue to keep liking them, commenting, and we want to be able to, give you guys shout outs in them too. So if you guys want to see your shout outs in the vlog, let me know what you guys think about doing that. Also, if you guys haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. We want to make sure we keep growing the page, as well as check out Behind the Gate podcast, man. These guys are phenomenal. Bryce does a great job. He organizes them, edits them, and they're good. I know I sound biased because I'm like a sponsor of the program, and Bryce is like one of my really good buddies. But also like I enjoy listening to it because like they pick great topics. I absolutely love it. It reminds me of like the Joe Rogan of motocross almost. It's like you talk
Yeah.
about different things
Thanks, Dave.
as well as the main thing. So like yeah, it's motocross, but also things around the sport or things that maybe might not be attributed to the sport at all. So I dig it. Check out Behind the Gate. It's really cool. They do a lot of great things, and
I
yeah,
appreciate it, Dave.
I'm a
We've
huge
been fucking up pretty bad though lately.
it happens. It happens.
Yeah. I'm not. We
Um,
won't. In case anybody didn't hear, our last episode didn't even record.
yeah, that's a bummer.
Oh
That's
God.
a bummer. That's
I'm blaming AJ as much as I'm blaming myself
yeah.
because it's his fault.
No,
Dude, that
I
was
hear you.
so brutal. I was so mad. We're gonna do another episode Sunday that'll make up for it. So.
Yeah. So we've got
God.
another 12 minutes until the 250 made. Matt Jensen says the sport is crazy now. He had his pro license 17 years ago, and there's less opportunities. And or sorry, it was harder back then to get help, and there were less opportunities. So it's interesting. Sorry if you can hear my dog; she's whining because Mary's home. Almost said my ex-girlfriend's name right there. Good thing she's not here.
Oh, that'd have been bad.
But yeah, no, it's super cool to to hear like how the things have changed in the pro ranks from back then going all the way up to like nowadays. Like it's super interesting. My dog is going crazy for Mary. She just got in. Actually, Mary was on here a couple weeks ago. We had Battle of the Broads, which she's not really happy about that naming convention. But we had her versus Brad's girlfriend doing like moto trivia, and it was actually pretty interesting. And believe it or not, Mary's going to go riding tomorrow. I might not throw a leg over a bike because I got to get my suspension sent out. But Mary's going to try her skills at taking her to her first true motocross track tomorrow to break in the bike for the season. So that should be pretty interesting.
How are you coming with your bike build, Dave? Bicycle build.
Oh, it's coming. Yeah. So sorry guys, I haven't brought this up on the live chat, but I'm building a mountain bike for those who care.
I care.
Yeah, Bryce cares. I've been getting pretty heavy into mountain biking over the last couple of seasons, and my girlfriend surprised me randomly with like on my birthday with a mountain bike that I did not expect to see coming. Number one, I don't know how she even got the frame because they were all sold out. Number two, it was way outside of at least my budget for what I was going to spend on fun toys for this season. So she got me that, and I've been slowly building it up. But Bryce, the only thing I have to do now is grab a seat, a dropper, and put my order in for Maxxis for the tires. And dude, I'm pretty much there. I do think I did get the wrong size chain, so I went with the gold chain like I told you I would. Mm-hmm. And I think it's just a little bit short for what I need it to be. So
really,
yep.
Are you 11 speed or 12?
I'm on a 11 speed.
And it came short? You bought an 11 speed chain and it came short?
It came a little short. No, actually, hello there. We can even, I'll get it later. Sorry, Mary's trying to talk to me about something. No, it's just like a link or two off. So it might stretch too. Who knows? So maybe
no.
Be a little bit.
It's not gonna stretch. If it's not gonna fit, it won't. I would promise.
Okay. Yeah. So
it's not enough force. It's not enough force to stretch them. Maybe a little bit.
I have an 11 speed chain, but it's a 10 speed cassette.
Oh, then you're definitely not too short, man.
Bathroom too. Yeah.
It definitely wouldn't be too short.
I do. I feel like it is.
Unless I don't know. Unless you have a super big granny gear in the back.
Yeah. No, I think the biggest I have in the rear is a oh gosh, Bryce, I had this on top of my head. Now that I'm on camera, I can't freaking remember what it is.
46, 44, 52.
No, I definitely know 50. 48.
48. Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty big.
Pretty solid, pretty good size. So I'm not gonna be pulling out any stumps or anything like that if I had like a 50 something, but no, it's still solid. Good enough to get me up some pretty gnarly climbs. So which guys, if you haven't, I love mountain biking. Even if you get a hardtail, which I use for like, just smaller trails cross training, it is great to get the heart rate up and get yourself pumping and a good workout that transfers over to moto a lot of the time. So if you guys
it transfers in moto really well, and especially downhill transfers over really well.
Yes, 150%.
I've fallen in love with downhill racing, dude. I'm so pumped to do more of the Eastern State Cups series this year. Starts May 23rd is the first race. I am fucking stoked. I'm rebuilding my wheels right now on my downhill bike. So
attaboy.
Dude, I'm so pumped.
It's gonna be sick. Bryce, I'm gonna have you head up some of these questions on the chat. Can you see it?
I'll pull it up.
Yeah, well, let's start with Jerry Yamamoto.
How far back is that?
Not too far back. Avery has to make the mains, needs money for more parts.
Oh, dude,
you weren't kidding.
I don't understand what. So he blew 2 rods through the case this year.
Dude,
I've never done that in my life.
Literally. So was that your question or Luke's in the group chat of like, dude, how does this happen? Like that.
I sent it. I was like, how?
That was so crazy.
Dude, twice in the same week.
That cracked me up, dude. I could not believe that. That was absolutely insane.
Dude, I don't get it. I just don't. And I love Anik Knapp's song, man. That is so freaking hilarious. Alex Ray.
Dude, that's so funny.
New bike and blew it up the same. Dude, that's but no, I mean, in all seriousness, like, how does that happen?
dude,
Just
I have no
just
idea.
holding it wide open everywhere,
I have
no
no
gear
idea.
changes, bouncing the
Insane.
thing off the rev limiter like
Insane.
the entire time. I don't
Insane.
know. That sucks.
That cracks me up. Brody says AJ's heart rate is probably 110. He looks like he's not even trying at all. Depends.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I saw that. That was.
I think
Yeah, I don't know.
his heart gets pretty pumpy. He's actually a really nervous kid, so I would imagine it's probably a lot higher than most people think. Lee Riley, yeah, we actually do have a PayPal. It's contact at thecollectivexp.com. I'll put it in the chat. Actually, I think it's my name. I think it's actually dave.drakes at thecollectivexp.com. So I'll put that in the chat also. So Carl Staples says that would be ideal. I mean, we have Courtney Duncan, who is over in Europe, and Dylan Walsh, and their top riders. But SX took it to another level. Carl, being in New Zealand, dude. So Bryce, I don't know if you ever followed WMX, but I used to wrench for a few pro women back in the series. Courtney Duncan came over on a YZ 125 against some factory back 250Fs, some other females. Dude, when I say that she laid waste to the pack, it's not even. She made everyone look like they were on mini bikes, dude. She whooped ass so ridiculously hard. Literally on a YZ, dude, like just a mint YZ against some factory tuned 250Fs, and it was absolutely insane. So I would love to see Courtney Duncan, make a run at facing the guys in the States, kind of like our buddy Jordan Jarvis does. And yeah, dude, freaking Dylan Walsh, that guy's a stud. What more can you say about that guy, dude? So yeah, the New Zealand, dude, you guys have some solid contenders. And yeah, if I could bring the program there, I for sure would. 100%.
Who do you got for 250 man? I mean, you think it's gonna be McAdoo or Cooper, right?
Yeah, I would say Cooper with Lawrence going second, and then probably McAdoo in third.
Oh, why didn't I? You know what? I feel like an idiot for not having thrown Hunter Lawrence's name in the mix there.
No, I think Cooper
just
he's too fast and too solid right now. And he wants redemption, so I think he's going to come and play spoiler. But I think Lawrence is so amped that he's a red plate holder that he's going to want to kick ass and come at it and really see this thing through and see how far he can take the red plate. So Matt Jensen asked, dude, what do you think about the broadcast? He said that he thinks it's ruined the sport in his opinion.
The TV broadcast?
Yeah, the TV broadcast, like having the commentators and saying what they're saying. That it's actually for a little bit.
I would actually like to know what happened to Ralph. Does anybody know?
I don't know. Maybe someone in the chat does. If you guys know, let us know. But dude, what a
if anybody knows, I'd be interested. I don't know if it's like a contract thing or like a Jenny Taft situation where he's just gonna do other stuff. But he's just been kind of the voice of Supercross for so long. I miss hearing him.
Yeah.
And I think Carmichael's doing a better job now.
Yeah.
But he's not a broadcaster, right? He's not a. I think. I miss Emig. I think he did a good job. I think Ralph and Emig were good. I don't know about I think the whole TV situation is kind of shitty for Supercross. The fact that it's got to be Peacock Premium now. I never liked the race delays where like tonight's race is not airing on NBC till 10:30 Eastern. So it's already, the results will be in basically when the race starts on real TV. So either you have Peacock Premium and you can watch it in real time, or you're kind of screwed.
Yeah, not 100%.
I don't know. I think I don't have a problem necessarily with the broadcast. Although I wish they would show that you could kind of see that. I wish they would show more of the battles because, and AJ and I were talking about this last week. It's like there's a lot going on between, let's say, third and even 15th. There's battles happening that they don't necessarily show because it's inconsequential to points. Yeah. Although it makes for entertaining TV, but they don't necessarily show it. They show a couple of clips here and there. going back to what we were talking about before, like me being a fan of kind of the dramatic moments and the one-on-one battles and stuff like that. I wish they would show a little bit more of that and stop fixating so badly on Webb and Roczen and Tomac.
Yeah.
But I don't have a problem with the broadcast as a whole now.
Yeah, I don't think it's that bad, but like, yeah, I think they need to do a much better job. Which I talked to, I think this was last weekend too. Excuse me, I think they did a much better job in outdoors when you have Langston and Wygant. Those guys know how to talk to the fan that doesn't really know much about the sport, as well as cater to us, the guys who are even in industry who are like who want to watch the race from home or whatever, and watch the broadcast back, of keeping us entertained and the newbies who don't know that much. So I think having someone like a Wygant in the booth mixed with a racer, you know, like RC or something, or bringing Grant Langston aboard for Supercross too. I think that makes such.
Look at that look at that move Freezy just did. Going back to what we were talking about before. Did you see? They showed a replay of it. Like what?
I did.
Was he just so oblivious to everything going on?
It's a little crazy.
Just oblivious.
Nope, I hear you. So Brody says, have I ever rode Bremen? I have not rode Bremen, but I hear it's a phenomenal track. I definitely want to get back to it. Also, Carl, yeah, so one of my dreams is to go to Ben Townley's deal in New Zealand and ride with him. Also, Bryce, I talked to you about this. I know I have multiple times about doing our group chat trip, tongue twister, to New Zealand to go ride with Townley and do his like riding camp and his like vacation getaway. So that's a must. Plus, I think we can talk our ladies into going with us, you know, and making it like a vacation for them.
It might be a little tough with another baby coming soon, but
oh really?
What do you mean real? You didn't know that?
Did I know about that?
Yes, you had to have, or maybe not. I don't know, dude. We're having another baby in June. Yeah, like it's not like
no, it's like shit. I knew about that. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, I was.
Yeah, no, I knew.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, for a minute there, I was like, did he not freaking tell me you're having a kid?
Yeah, no.
Oh, my heart.
No,
yeah. Right. We're getting ready to drop the gate for the 250 mains. But yeah, dude, if we can plan a group chat trip and do some cool, fun stuff, that would be phenomenal.
Ooh.
Dude, look at that. Okay.
See, I like where we are, right? Right off the rip. We're gonna be set up for a good main here.
Yep.
Although Cooper's way out front already.
All the top guys are out front. Dude, shout out to Cody Schock, dude. People, again, mark my words, guys.
Damn, look at Macadoo through the ropes.
Here, Cody Schock is going to be a serious title contender and podium threat in the next season or two. Mark my words, dude. Like, this dude is going to be absolutely lethal.
Dude, did you watch the segment on Jaleel Swole and tear up like I did?
The segment that they had on the broadcast?
Yeah, a couple weeks ago. I was like, dude, no, I want to watch. I want him to succeed so bad.
No, I didn't. What they talk about? Because I know a little bit of the backstory, but
no, did his dad go to jail?
Yeah, I think his dad's in jail.
Okay.
Yeah.
So and then he got hurt last year. He didn't ride. He has like basically 2 years on his contract, and it's now or never for him.
Yeah.
And I love his story.
Yep.
And damn, I love watching the 250s quad that.
It's sick. No, dude, I've been a fan of Jaleek's for a while, man. It's like, it's so great to see a young. Oh no, Cody Schock went down. It's so great seeing a young guy who's actually really, really good, really, really fast. Like, you know, ride to his potential, and I think he's doing that this year. The guy is really good. Poor Cody Schock, man. The minute I talk about him, he goes down, dude. I feel like
maybe we should stop doing that.
I should really stop.
The whole night.
But no, like yeah, dude, he's coming from you know, humble beginnings, and the guy is just the absolute threat. And it's so great to see it. It's another fresh face of the pro ranks. You add some more diversity to the sport as well. And no, I think it's great, man. It just, the more people that we get in our sport, the more that do well, the better it is for all of us as a whole, man. So it makes me pretty amped.
Yeah, I mean, his story is really cool, and he's obviously extremely talented. I just like you feel for a guy who's at the tail end of a contract that is like, look, I mean, he'll be fighting for a team if he doesn't kind of put up this year. So yeah, he's been getting some decent results, top 10s every race, and if not top 5. So rooting for him for sure.
Exactly. And I think it's only going to get better with outdoors too. The kid is definitely looks like he's earning his ride and earning an extension, if you ask me. So Lee says, I miss Ralph. I kind of miss Ralph a little bit too. He wasn't my favorite, but like he seemed like he was doing,
He was just a staple. He wasn't necessarily like like the perfect broadcaster, but I mean, how long did he was, for as long as I can remember, has been broadcasting Supercross. So it's just a bummer.
Oh yeah, definitely. So Tars also asked, what do we think of Rutledge Wood? I don't know who the heck that guy is, dude. I saw him like at the tail end of some commentary.
So he did what the hell show? He did a Discovery Channel show. It wasn't Top Gear America, was it?
Yeah. No, I think it was. I think it was Top Gear America. Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody's telling me, and I'm not the biggest fan, dude. Honestly, I just don't see what value he brings to the sport other than.
I think he's a Texan.
Yeah.
So so he was like a local guy.
Yeah.
But he doesn't know anything about dirt bikes, as far as I know.
Yeah, I'm not that impressed, to be completely honest with you guys. Not hating on him, but just
Discipline 16. Dave rides a Kawi. He rides. I think it's funny, the story about your bike, because of the whole situation a couple of years ago. Well, are you still on Bauer's old line bike, right?
Yeah. Yep. Bauer's old line bike. Yep. Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll get into that. I want to remind me to bring that up, but someone mentioned something in the Brooke Lindbergh asked if we're streaming the mains. No, we're not streaming. We're streaming our live conversation, but yeah, we would get in a lot of trouble if we stream the mains. So we're just bench racing, and we're counting on people to just tag along with us as they watch the mains from the comfort of their own screen and own house.
I wish we could stream the actual content, but that would be for anybody who doesn't know, they do not mess around with the broadcast rights. Yes. So like even as far as like GoPro footage on the track, if you follow AJ or some of these guys, they're basically only limited to, you could show one lap, but that's pretty much it.
Yep.
And you can't really show anything from the mains.
Nope.
At all. So
they
you get a big hefty fine. So yeah, we can't do that.
Yep.
And then you get pulled off of YouTube, and we don't want that either.
It's a whole pain in the ass. Yeah, you know all about it. So yeah, I read a Kawi Disciple 16. Actually, yeah, like Bryce said. So Bauer's line bike had like 2 hours on it. It was a super new bike, but
let's go back. The line bike. So for people who don't know, so San Diego.
Yep.
20 was that 19 or 18? Dude, the pandemic has messed my time.
The timing is So I think
was it, although it might have been 18. Whatever the San Diego race was, where they threw a bunch of lime down on a flooded track, and you might have seen riders' bikes. They posted on Instagram like both burns from the lime, and their bikes got eaten up. All the aluminum was basically stripped clean, like it was doused in a bunch of caustic.
Yep.
So you got Tyler's bike that was pretty eaten up from lime.
Yep.
Aesthetically, it looked hideous, but it was just kind of like surface oxidation, right? And then
exactly. So actually, I was on track walk before this. I had an old clapped 09 YSE 450. I think was a beater. So I was on track walk, and I was complaining, like, man, my bike it's been a pain in the ass lately. It's so heavy. And Tyler's like, hey man, I have my line bike for sale. And I was like, dude, I don't want your line bike. And he goes, no, Dave, hear me out. I know. He goes, dude, like literally we did a bunch of surface treatment to the frame, and literally only thing that was ran through were like one of the engine cases, like one half of it, and the frame. He goes, dude, the frame is pretty much brand new, all new bearings, all new coating, treatments, everything. It was like a brand new bike. And he goes, literally, dude, like you have a brand new motor with my factory transmission, my factory settings. You have untouched suspension, untouched wheels, tires, bars, seat, plastics, muffler, exhaust, electrical, everything. Plus, you get to keep like whatever like cool Henson clutch and blah 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 I can get for you. And dude, I literally got that bike for less than I paid for, or my parents paid for my 125 back in 2004. So I was like, yeah, I literally sold my old bike and pretty much straight up paid for that bike, and it helped him out and also got me a brand new bike. Dude, the bike literally I've got 4 hours on it maybe. I have a brand new bike that just happened to go through lime, the frame, and everything else is pretty much brand new. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. No, it was awesome. Yeah, Matt Jensen says JS7 was all time. Dude, that guy was the absolute best, dude. I mean, come on. That guy was absolutely incredible. Grant McCormick checking in. Thanks, dude. Appreciate you guys. All the new faces, all the new names we keep seeing popping in. Really appreciate you guys following along with us. Again, and if you're just tuning in, I'm Dave with the Collective Experience. We do VIP fan experiences for motocross, supercross, arena cross, and more, as well as opportunities for internships so that you guys can actually work with a pro team and get experience that can lead you into a career in the sport like so many others have done. With us joining me is Mr. Bryce Rankowitz of Behind the Gate podcast, one of my really, really good buddies, and the better half of the podcast with him and AJ Catanzaro. Pretty much a jack of all trades, Bryce is. And yeah, we're doing some bench racing with you guys, answering questions, doing some cool, fun, interactive bench racing. And yeah, just having a good time watching these guys kick ass. We're about a little ways through the main now. Like I predicted, I think Cooper was going to lead. He's out front and he's kicking ass with Macadoo and Lawrence somewhat on his heels. A bigger story is, do you know that in sixth place, number 60 Blows, do you know how old that guy is?
He's like 33, right?
Yeah, the dude literally went pro when they had carbureted 450s. Like, dude, seriously, this guy is so underrated. Dude, he's so underrated, man. Like, you know, like the
how old is he? I know he's in his 30s. How old is he?
Yeah, I think he's like 33, 34.
Okay.
And he's still, dude, like top 6 in the 250 class, dude. Like, what? How? That's insane. Absolute freaking stud, dude.
Well, it's like Brayton too, you know?
Yeah,
I mean,
Brayton, same way, dude. Same exact way. These guys are just absolute studs. I want to see if Swole can catch Hamaker for that 4th place spot and be like the best out of all the rookie guys. I mean, that would be kind of cool to see him kind of come through and do that.
he's made up a few positions. He's made up what 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
McAdoo's reeling Cooper in a little bit.
Man, we got some good banter going on in the chat, man. I appreciate you guys all tuning in.
What happens to points right now? I want to see them break that down.
I think McAdoo would take over by 1.
So Lawrence is ahead by
no, sorry. No, so Lawrence is ahead by 1, so they would be smack dead even. And I think Cooper, the way this points would swing, I don't think he would have enough to upset these guys. So I think Cooper would be
share the plate.
Yeah, so they would share the plate going into into 2 or 3 weeks from now. That'd be kind of cool. Matt Jensen said he raced Stewart back in the day on minis, man. He said it made me rethink my class choice. Oh, that's awesome, man. Pry High Go Dog says he was at Daytona when he jumped the wall. Dude, that must have been so insane to see. And Disciple says he doesn't want to turn wrenches. He wants to coach AJ. Honestly, a lot of people that do our program, they get a chance to actually kind of help coach AJ. They go over line choice with them. I think a few times, Bryce, I think you were at MetLife when we had some fans there, some interns, and they were getting a chance to go over stuff with you and AJ about some fitness stuff, some line choice stuff, kind of sit in the stands with you guys and kind of go over a lot of that. So you'd be very, very surprised just how interactive and how beneficial you can be.
Who was it that said that?
About being a coach?
Yeah.
Disciple 16.
Send Dave or me a DM about what you think you would say to AJ that would be beneficial. And I mean that sincerely. Because, and the reason I say that is because I want to see if it's any different or any more effective than any of the conversations that we've had with him over the last 5 years. Me, Dave, Jay,
Rob.
Rob. I'm sure there's something to tap into. I feel like, but AJ moves the goalposts on us sometimes. He does. Like 2 years ago, he wanted me to call him before every single race and kind of yell at him.
I was going to say that, like, Bryce is actually one guy who's pretty instrumental in AJ's like mindset, I want to say. So Bryce is one of the only guys that I know that like I don't try to give AJ any mental advice when it comes to that stuff. I can help out with like some line twists here and there, but that's really Bryce's forte. So yeah, Bryce is one of the only guys that AJ really allows to like really give him detailed pointers, and one that he actually listens to most of the time. Not perfect, but he tries to.
So no, I mean, it's, for some reason I do have that influence with him. And I think it's a trust thing. You know, he and I have ridden together in a bunch of different sports, several. I mean, for a long time. So I think trust is something that he values in that way. Sorry, I'm just I get distracted watching this. No, but you know, we've tried a bunch of different strategies. I know, and he works with Jay Kavanaugh now pretty regularly. And for those of you who don't know, Jay's a mental coach and a pretty damn good one, man. He's a really awesome dude to talk to and he get you on the right track. I mean, I would definitely encourage you to go check out Rack Racing. And what's his new page? Vibe CT?
Vibe Mindset.
Vibe Mindset.
Yep. Yes.
And like he has a lot of tips and tricks for just like anyone, not a Supercross racer, but literally you want to wake up tomorrow and feel better about the day, the week, the month, the year. He has a lot of cool tips and tricks. I know he's studied the greats. He has a unique approach to his training. So I'm not trying to plug him right now from like a sponsorship standpoint, but I am definitely a fan of Jay. He's helped me kind of with my philosophy. And I know he works with AJ too, trying to get the mindset right. And man, it's tough. Like Supercross is no joke, you know, and holy shit.
Did that just happen?
How did we miss that? See?
No, that didn't just happen. No way. Oh no. No, Lawrence. You know what happened? He must have clipped that 3 out into the corner.
How did we miss that in real time unless they didn't show it?
Oh no.
Dude, that's bad. Well, I guess that ends the red plate debacle. But I mean, he only lost 2 positions. That's crazy. See, the 250s is funny that way.
Still 10 seconds back with 2 to go from the podium. That sucks, man. Anash Muhammad.
When did they get a replay that? I missed it.
We're not streaming the race right now. We can't stream the race because we would get in big trouble. But we're just streaming the bench race of us talking about it with all you guys and hearing you guys and changes to interact with us. Yeah, dude, that sucks, man. That sucks. It's like, I don't know if they showed it in the broadcast. Matt Jensen says Lawrence in the net, damn broadcast. I think they didn't.
Yeah, they missed it.
Ah, shit. Oh man.
No, they were on Justin Cooper.
It's crazy, Tars, how they have like these few split seconds that really make or break a guy being a 20th place guy, 10th place guy, 5th place guy. It's insane. The margin is so tight.
I wish they would pan out every once in a while, show a full track view with like a little ticker over the top of every rider.
Yes, and that would be so helpful.
It just not, you know, it may get a little confusing, a little overwhelming, but it just to see everyone relative to everybody else on the track.
Yes.
So we don't need to see Justin Cooper every lap.
Agreed.
So like this view right here, but have people's names over the top of them, like a little floating name.
Yep. Oh, so we got Cooper, McAdoo, Hammaker, solid. Some good sportsmanship between these guys.
So the McAdoo will take over the plate.
McAdoo takes over the plate, looks like.
Oh, look at their friends.
Yeah, I don't know. Matt's getting angry for us. Nobody can stream the race. Why does everyone ask? Yeah, we're not allowed to stream the race. It sucks. So I wish if we could, we would, guys. Trust me, it would make this a lot more interactive, a lot more fun if we could stream the race. But no, we can't, man. Thanks, Matt. For having our backs. But yeah, it sucks. But yeah, we get in a lot of trouble. Can't make it happen. No one can do it. That's why Gypsy Tales or whoever is really big with theirs. We can't do it. We can show like a second of like the intermission, but that's about all we got. So sadly, that sucks. But yeah, that was great. So we got Cooper, like I said, winning the main. Dude looks solid, Bryce. I don't think there's a lot of people right now that has the same level of consistency, racecraft, and speed. Yeah, McAdoo has it on some nights, but I think Cooper has it just a little bit more.
Well, I mean, he's been there for years now, so I agree.
Yes. Yep.
I agree.
Almost definitely. Yep. He thinks. Sorry,
20 minutes.
I think
oh my God,
would be a lot more fun to watch if you put the entire 450 class on 250Fs. Just make it stock and mod 250Fs. I agree. That could be interesting. Bryce and I talked a little bit about what happens when you start to have that influx of electric bikes that are coming. So, Bryce, it's around the corner, man. I think there's a rumor going around that Honda said by 2025 that they're going to cease production on their internal combustion engine department for motocross bikes. I don't know if that's true or not. It could be, just for say. But if that did happen, man, we could see a whole new generation of moto, obviously. But that could change the way we ride the bikes, the way the tracks are developed. That could change, a number of things, and it could definitely.
I almost wish that instead of, I wish they would do like how Formula One does it, and they have Formula E. I wish they almost went that route and had just like an all electric series.
That would be cool. That would definitely
as opposed to just trying to phase everything out. Although, I mean, they've done it once. They phased out two strokes to 4 strokes, and I mean, if that's the evolution of propulsion, then hey, man, that's what it's going to be, I guess. But what I don't want to see is like a bunch of electric bikes out there with non-electric bikes. Like, it almost seems like, look, if one manufacturer is going to do it, give all the manufacturers time to catch up, create some electric motorcycles, and then introduce them all into 5 years, 10 years, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Supercross is going to be electric, but I think it's too new, and there's too many kids now learning the fundamentals coming up. And we talked about Danger Boy coming up, learning how to ride an ICE bike. You put them on an electric bike. Now, I granted the KTM's, the youth bikes are electric now, and some of the other ones and manufacturers have electric little guy bikes. But
yeah,
I think too much of the fundamentals right now is coming through the ranks is all about the ICE and clutch control, which that all changes on an electric bike. I haven't even ridden one yet. I know you've ridden an Alta, right?
Yep. I've ridden a couple of them.
AJ was promised me I could ride his Alta when he picked it up, but he hasn't picked it up yet. So
I freaking guy. No, I think it'll be good. I mean, all of the major manufacturers will have one. So KTM obviously will have one. Gas, and Husky. That kind of takes care of that. But Honda has one in the works. That looks pretty good for development. Yamaha has one. Cowie is going to have one. Suzuki's going to have one. Who else was I thinking about? And I just brain farted. Beta. Sorry, yeah, I was thinking about GNCC stuff. Beta is going to start having stuff like that. The list goes on and on. So
I'll tell you what, dude. Have someone who has ridden off road, they have a long way to go before they can do a GNCC race on an electric bike.
Yes,
if they're not, they can't even run a full Supercross.
Yes,
I don't think. Right? Can they get a full 20-minute main?
They could probably right now. A couple of years ago when Alta first came out, no. I think right now with the way that we're making improvements in battery technology and battery density and storage, I definitely think that we could probably do it now, but that's going to be pretty inconsistent. The same way that we saw bikes kind of fail a little bit here and there when 4-strokes started coming up onto the market. We saw once you go down, they're impossible to start again. Stuff like that. I think we're going to see a lot of the growing pains once they initially hit. But I think right now you could probably get it done for, on one solid charge. So we'll see how that goes. Bryce, who do you think is going to take it for the 450s? What's your running order for first, second, third 450s?
Going back to what we said before, man, I think Roczen's going to take it. I hope he does. I think the track suits him better than it suits Webb, who I think would be the other contender. Although if we look at the heats, I mean, clearly Tomac is super fast tonight. It's funny, man. Tomac, we've talked about it. I mean, God only knows how many times. He either shows up or he doesn't, right? He could have here's Hunter Lawrence crash.
Oh, Thank God there was a net there.
Wow, he just overshot the hell out of that.
Oof.
Yikes.
Mm.
And he only all of that, and he only lost 2 positions.
Crazy, huh?
Back to
Absolutely
450s. Yeah, I think my vote's Roczen.
Yeah, I think Roczen too. I like the way that he's looking. I think it's gonna go Roczen, Webb, and then Tomac. Man, I think Webb and Tomac, Webb and Roczen are just gonna be so enthralled and entranced in their own little steamy battle or drama. I think Roxon's gonna whole shot and run away with this thing. But I do think Webb is gonna be like, oh, okay, if I can't win, I for sure am gonna get second. I'm not gonna let Tomac come and play spoiler. So I think he's gonna do that. And I also think people are gonna have their hands full with Barcia tonight.
So let me ask you, Dave. Let me ask you a question. So if you're Cooper Webb or Roczen even, and you're running 1-2 at this point in the season, do you take the other guy out?
Look at 250 points.
Okay.
Huh.
I thought Macadoo would be up, but okay, Justin Cooper. All right. Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Man, look at that swing.
Back, so you could always make it up, right?
That's why I love 250s, dude. They're going to come down to the end of the season. It's going to be great.
7th in points, dude. The guy is a freaking stud. Good for you, buddy.
Malik Swole, 4th place. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I don't care how you get there, but 4th place is that's a good finish. So do you start showing the guy a little tough love, or are you just going to, ride behind him? Play it safe. They always talk about you gotta play it safe. You gotta give up the position.
I think.
Oh, that sucks.
I would wait. I would wait a little while. I would say once we got like the last Atlanta and the next 2 Salt Lakes, 150%, dude. I would be like, you know what? I'm gonna start using whatever I can. That's legal. Obviously, I wouldn't like cross the track and take people out that way and knock guys off their bike in the air and cross jump. No, but I would show you a wheel. I would run you high in berms. I would nudge you a little bit. I would rub you. Whatever I can do to upset you.
Isn't it funny though? Like how you're so often you can see the middle of the pack go for the hard passes. You think Jason Anderson a couple races ago, taking out Ferrandis, taking out Mookie. Even last week, there's some guys in the middle of the pack that are riding way more aggressively. I don't know if they have more to prove, less to lose. That might be it. If they don't have a lot to lose at that point and much more to gain. But like there's very little of that drama when you're running 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I get it, but damn it, I want it. I want Cooper Webb to just slam Roczen up a berm or vice versa.
No,
I know payback's a bitch later on, but I want there to be a huge statement made, right? Mm-hmm. No, this is mine. This is mine.
I agree with you. I think we have a little while before that starts happening. But Bryce, like I said, I know the racers would hate it, but you and me as fans of the sport, we would love to see it. We would be so down. Disciple 16 asks Dave, what do you and Bryce think about riders having radio communications where the AMA officials can't talk directly to the riders, telling them the leaders are coming or race is red flags? Or I think he meant where the AMA officials can talk to the riders.
That sounds like somebody might have listened to me and AJ's last podcast episode. We talked specifically about that, and I think that would be genius. They need to do that. They need, and I guess I don't understand why they haven't allowed communication devices in helmets. They tried it with Monster Cup a couple of years ago, and that was the last we ever saw or heard of it. Yeah. But I think if they want to eliminate maybe distractions for riders with teams, mechanics, whatever, fine. But to have a message from the AMA letting them know, look, this is a red medical flag. It's been red flagged. Hey, we're waving the blue flag at you, and then we could verbally say, hey, get out of the way.
Yeah.
That should be. I think the communication system, just overall, I don't know if anybody's watching Peacock right now, but you see that little leader, flashy pole. You have that. You have some red lights up the faces of the big jumps. And that's about it as far as on-track communication outside of the flaggers. When you have what, one or two red flaggers out on the track, a handful of medical flags, I think it's imperative they do something else about the communication. And
Yes.
in the beginning of the season was a perfect example. There was so many flag issues. So
I
many.
agree. That it would come in handy for so many instances and so many opportunities. So, dude, I'm like you. I think it would definitely be helpful. I think even if we do a happy median of like literally a board that race officials had that says like, uh, Dave and Bryce move over for so and so or whatever, stuff like that. Like that would
They
be
need to do something. We saw too many
something.
instances this season where I mean, one of their own got one of the medics got almost, well, he did get cleaned out. I don't know if he got hurt, but those types of things, because and for those of you who don't know, who was that? Was that Macadoo or Marchbanks
That
did that in that 250 race?
I think it
No.
was. You mean last?
Who was that? No. When Alex Martin went down, or Jerry Martin, who the heck was that?
Oh no, that was Macadoo. That was Macadoo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he didn't have an opportunity to see a red cross flag.
Yeah.
And if there was some sort of additional communication, that would have never happened. Dave, can I get up real quick?
Yeah. Go ahead.
All right, I'm gonna just go grab a drink.
Yeah, no worries. You're good.
Okay.
No,
I'll be back.
I agree. Yeah, no, I agree with what Bryce said. I think it's definitely it would make things a lot more safer. Number one, as well as it would mitigate a lot of those issues that we keep on seeing, where guys are missing the flag, holding up the leaders, looking over and ending up in a worse spot. And dude, I agree with him 100%. Yeah, it would definitely be crazy. Matt Jensen, passing clean, makes a bigger statement. I agree. But that would definitely be cool. But I don't know. Mike Shaner says K-Rock doesn't have it in him to make a statement. I don't know, man. We might be able to see a different Roczen. So two different opinions from you guys. But I definitely think Roczen can make it happen, man. He looks like he's super racy tonight. Like he wants some smoke from Webb, and he wants to mix it up a little bit. Like you saw who he got around him in a heat race. He's got the speed. During qualifying, he had things picked up just a little bit more, and he looked great. So you never know, man. We could see a different Roczen tonight moving forward from here. So that could be cool. As Doug says, he lost a lot of respect for Roczen seeing him in a mask. Man, I'll tell you what. I'm not an anti-masker dude. I wasn't against it, but man, I'll tell you what. Like when we're on these flights, and when we're running back and forth in the pits, man, it's like I want to be cognizant of other people, right? I travel a lot. It'd suck if I gave it to some little old lady or whatever. I would definitely hate that. But like, dude, there's some days when I'm like, get this thing off of me, man. When I'm running through the pits and I'm like, breathing heavy. But no, I just can't wait for us to all go back to normal, get out of COVID, and just assume normal life, be able to see people we haven't seen for a while, get back to this normal life. And that's going to be great. So lucky and blessed that we have racing as it is right now. So definitely believe that. Disciple 16, some of those mid-pack guys are fighting hard for a ride next year. I agree with you. It's crazy, man. Like we talked about, Jalik's contract was only for 2 years. There's a number of riders out there that this is their contract year. They have to make a difference. They have to go out there and perform. And that I agree with you. I 100% agree with you. Carl, I don't know how difficult it would be to be able to hear in the helmet with the bikes going. I mean, a lot of these guys, they wear, like we saw, Alessi had a listening device for a Monster Energy Cup because they're legal for Monster Energy Cup, and he said he was fine. He had no problem with it. Obviously, different variations of it are going to be good, but no, I think it would be pretty cool. I don't know if you could really hack the frequency, or maybe have it just be the official to a rider. That way, they're not giving away any tips. Just like, hey, this is the official with the checker flag. Race is over, everyone. Or hey, Vince Freezy, the guys are behind you. Nothing really to hack at that point. It's just officials relaying messages that way. So yeah, it would definitely be yeah.
Dude, how about nothing ever came of this to my knowledge, but I don't know what round it was. It was early, where the white flag came out, or the checkered flag came out when the white flag should have came out. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
Nothing ever happened to that, right? They should have done a complete full lap, and it like just
Yeah,
completely nobody said anything about it.
yeah, yeah. I don't know. It's crazy.
A lot
It's
of weird
absolutely
stuff
crazy.
happened with flags. But like,
Lots of weird stuff.
so what a lot of people don't know is some of these flaggers are just volunteers for the day. You would think that they're
Yep.
part of the Supercross team, like that traveled around and were officials with the AMA or whatever. No, it's really not.
Nope.
The
Yep.
flaggers just be
Just
off the
random
couch
dudes.
that morning,
Yep.
basically.
It's random dudes. Yep. Just looking to get to the floor Supercross. That's really it. I mean, God bless them, but yeah, I mean, if we had consistent guys or if they got a little bit better training, maybe that would help out just a little bit more. Um, No, I definitely hear you. Disciple 16, yeah, the mask does make my glasses fog up. If you guys haven't followed along with the vlog, please check it out. Hit the subscribe button so you can see all of our cool vlogs and get notified. And again, we appreciate you guys joining with us, every single one of you guys. Really appreciate the interaction, you guys tagging along with us, listening to our annoying voices talk about moto. We really appreciate each and every single one of you guys following along. But yeah, the masks make my glasses fog like crazy, man. It's such a pain in the ass. You'll see me in the vlog almost like lift the bottom up so I can exhaust a little bit while I'm talking. The way I'm not like, get the fog in the glasses, man. That would be absolutely insane. Lee Riley says he's moving to Texas in 2 weeks, so he can get a job where he doesn't have to wear a mask. I can't blame you, Lee. It's crazy. Texas opened up really quick, man. It was kind of crazy. But yeah,
No, it's actually crazy. It's insane.
They opened up so quickly, man. I will say,
I don't want to argue with people.
I absolutely love the number one. I love Texas for the food. So Lee, I don't blame you for moving there, dude. The food is A1, cheaper cost of living, and Bryce, the tracks. The tracks are so good. Lee, if you ever need a babysitter or you want to adopt a waywardly young black man, let me know. I'll move in. We can eat like kings and ride some moto. That would be awesome, dude. So yeah, well, that would be super fun. But no, Bryce, before I forget, I want to throw out, or maybe you want to. We usually do a giveaway for every single one of these things. We usually do we do swag, we do some sort of stuff. I think Tars won one weekend. Do you have a trivia question in mind that you want to ask people to be able to win something, or do you want me to throw something out on behalf of you and Behind the Gate?
And throw something out. You're putting me on the spot. Trivia question.
No worries. You know what? I'll make it about our guest. So whoever is the first person to tell me who Behind the Gate's first ever guest was, I will send you a prize pack. So the first person that can go and find who Behind the Gate's first guest
I'm gonna
was
have
on
to
the
look
show.
too. I don't know who was the first
prize
guest.
Now, Bryce is even else. So yeah, that'll be cool. That'll be cool to see. Oh man. Disciple says, Dave, can you stretch the mask over your face much more? Dude, I try. It rides up on me, man. You know what I'm gonna do is like a full moto helmet with the mic underneath it and goggles that way. We'll try it that way. So Tar says the first guest was AJ Catanzaro. Honestly,
You're not kidding.
I almost feel like that. I almost feel like that because Bryce carries the show so much. So Tars, same wavelength there. While Bryce is looking up the answer, and while you guys are deliberating on what you're thinking, I want to give a shout out to everyone that makes it possible to have the collective experience, all of our amazing supporters and sponsors. So shout out to FXR, shout out to Overshared Advice and Planning, Flow Vision Goggles. We want to say thank you to those guys. Also, Moto takes good care of us. SUB Racing, Evans Power Coolant, Patch MX, Intake Breathing. If you guys want to save money with Evans Power Coolant and get your bike running the right way, use promo code TCE25 to save 25%. If you guys want to save 20% on those intake breathing bands that every pro remote Supercross racer wears, use the promo code TCE20, and we'll link that a couple of these in the description. Also, guys, if you are looking at having an amazing getaway unlike any other, where you get a chance to ride with some of your favorite riders for an opportunity to be treated like an absolute VIP and live in luxury, check out Speed and Sport. They are all new. They're offering you guys the chance to really live it up, ride with people like Ryan Villapoto, Ryan Dungey, Roger DeCoster, and so many more for an all-inclusive private getaway where you're riding adventure bikes, and it's all treating you like you are absolute gold. Check it out, Speed and Sport Adventures. It's coming soon, and I'm really excited to be a part of that. We're dropping the gate for the 450 mains. Here we go.
I was hoping that you would end that plug just in time.
and
good timing.
Like we've got Roczen, Barcia, and Webb. Roczen is solidifying himself out.
Oh, that was a close hole shot. Roczen took it.
Yep, with Barcia and Webb.
Look,
right
1 and 2. This is what we wanted.
Check this out. We've got 1 and 2. Roczen with Webb behind him. Barcia's coming like a madman. And whoever said that that Webb.
But look at Webb through the whoops.
He is suffering. He's suffering, and a lot of you guys called it that he wasn't looking good in the whoops, and that could be a deciding factor.
Dave, you're gonna love the answer to that trivia question, by the way.
Am I?
Yes.
Let's see who if anyone gets it.
Oh God, that was actually this comment's pretty funny. That's pretty funny.
Doug, you're the man. That's hilarious.
Dude, that is funny.
Antignap.
We can't show the race, Josh. I'm sorry for anybody who hasn't heard. We will get in very big trouble if we stream any portion of this race.
Yeah, we can't show the race.
We'll get fined. We'll get pulled off YouTube. We'll get demonetized.
Exactly.
We'll get everything. It's not a fun process.
Yep, we will get in a lot of trouble. So
we'll definitely get a lawsuit.
Yeah. Oh man.
And I don't know about you, Dave, but I can't afford the lawyers that we would need to.
Oh, dude,
to combat Feld and NBC, and
I would have to hit the streets and wear some heels to be able to pay for that stuff. That's a whole other conversation. Looks like we got Roczen out front, Webb is right behind him, and Barcia, dude, looking freaking phenomenal. And you can't leave out Tomac, dude. Tomac is lurking, dude, and he's actually a pretty big beast in the whoops too. So where Webb's looking like he needs an extra gear or two, Tomac's got all
Tomac's whip speed is good. I mean, that's obviously Webb's Achilles heel, but look at the gap already, 1.5 seconds. I think this could be a race where Roczen pulls away and chips away at that. Even if you're talking about a second a lap or half a second a lap, I mean, through the whoops.
I agree. And one thing that I don't think Roczen gets enough credit for is he's really good if he's out front and there's guys behind him and he's got pressure. He's pretty solid working with that pressure. Now, knock on wood, I don't want to jinx this guy and mess up what I think he can do. But no, dude, for sure, this guy, like when there's pressure on him, he knows what he's doing. Oh man, what happened to Marvin Muskin?
He got a concussion.
Oh no, he was racing tonight, dude. He's off to the side. Maybe I think it looks like he might have went down, dude, and rang his bell again.
Yeah, but let's see if they show it.
Absolutely insane. Yeah, Josh Mullins. I don't know, dude. The whole Peacock deal with the buy-in. I get it, dude. It totally sucks, but yeah, it's pretty nuts, man. But yeah, we still appreciate you, watching us and bench racing with us a little bit and interacting with all of our fellow moto dudes. So I definitely appreciate you guys checking in. Well, Sexton's
Matt Jensen. Matt Jensen has won.
Oh, people are. Was it Matt Jensen? Okay, Matt Jensen wins, dude. Matt, if you can, please send me a DM at the Collective EX on Instagram, or contact at thecollectivexp.com. I'll type that up and I'll get you some coordinates so that we can some coordination with me. Sorry, so that we can plan up and get you your prize pack. So, Tars. I picked him for fantasy.
Let me see the crashes, damn it.
So yeah, Tars.
Two now that we have not seen. Oh, and somebody else is down in the whoops. That looked like could have been A-Ray, maybe. I don't know.
Such a bummer. Such a bummer.
Or Bowers. It looked like a privateer, Cowie. No, so now Sexton's down and Muskin, and we don't know what happened. That's a bummer.
So I gotta
it's not looking good for Webb. That if this, like we said in the beginning, Dave, I think we pretty much hit it right on the head. This track just does not suit what he has characteristically done really well on. I mean, this is, somebody said Webb's kryptonite is the whoops, and that it couldn't be more accurate.
Yep, exactly.
Tomac's reeling him in. Obviously, Tomac's by Barsha. Let's see. This is going to be a good sign right here. Yeah, look. I mean, he's gaining maybe a couple wheels on Webb just in that one little short whoop section.
Yeah.
Wow, carried a lot of speed on the outside. I like that line. He's got him. He's going to get him right in the next couple turns, I think.
Man, that's crazy. Guys, I just dumped a couple promo codes in the chat for you guys. I made a mistake. So the correct one to use for Flow Vision is TCE Flow, to be able to save 25% on goggles. The old one, I don't think that works anymore. The Hookup 14. Use TCE Flow for Flow Vision goggles. It's going to, I'm telling you, up your game so much. And guys, if you can, check out intake breathing bands. I use them for exercise, for training, for cardio workouts. Dude, I'm telling you, it makes a huge difference. Please check those guys out and use our promo code so you guys can save some money on it. Yeah, Josh Mullins. I don't know. Bowers was with a couple teams that we associate with, but I think it's just with COVID, it hit a bunch of teams and sponsors really badly. So I think Bowers might have been left scouring for a deal at the last minute. But Bowers, dude, the guy's fast. I think, did you guys have him on as a guest, Bryce?
We did, yeah. Yep.
Really nice guy, huh?
Yeah, he's a great dude. And obviously fast and talented. And he had a pretty illustrious 250 career, and then showed some promise in the 250 or the 450s. I'm not sure what ended up happening. He kind of just phased out a little bit. And now he was struggling, like you said, to get a ride this season and kind of put something together on his own. But he's a guy where, you know, he obviously has some pretty good raw speed. He's a big dude, which is super beneficial. And yeah, I'd like to see him get a couple strong finishes here at the end of the year.
Yeah, almost definitely. So we got 12 and a half minutes left in the final race. We got Roczen.
Man, I'm not counting Tomac out for the win at this point.
Dude, look at Webb and Tomac whisked it up a little bit. Dude, look at Webb's looking much better in the whoops. And they look like they're catching Roczen. They turned a second and a half lead to under a second now. So
yeah, I think Tomac pushing Webb. I think Tomac pushing Webb is making them both faster, and that's why they're reeling in Roczen. I'm not going to count out either one of those guys to pass Kenny. And take it. But again, this is kind of what we expected, right? These three up front, especially now that it's crunch time, the end of the season, and they got Kenny especially has to start making some moves. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, most definitely, man. This is absolutely crazy. I thought for sure Roczen would be sprinting out front, but now it's like, like you said, Tomac is pushing Webb, and Tomac's just coming through himself. And then also, if we get in a battle between Webb and Tomac, right? Say Tomac makes the pass, but he kind of blocks him, runs him high, wastes time. That leaves some room for Barsha to sneak in there. Yep. And potentially have another upset. So that could be another guy who changes things up a little bit for everybody and adds a wrench into the works for Webb or for Tomac. All of this obviously plays into the favor of Roczen, who wants as many people between him and Webb as possible. And the more that those guys can slow down, the more breathing room that he gets. So I'm sure he would welcome any challenge from Barsha to Webb or Tomac.
All these guys are riding really well. You're not seeing many mistakes at all. I think they've got it pretty darn dialed. Let's see
Kenny's
if
getting
Webb
real
jumps the last
strong.
couple. Yeah, he's going double out of the whoops. Webb is.
You think that's a faster line?
I don't know. He seemed like when he was skimming them all, it seemed like Tomac had a little bit more speed through them when he was blitzing them, and it doesn't look like he's lost any time to him doing the double out the last couple of laps. We'll take a look at the next lap to see if that holds true.
Oh,
And it looks
man.
like Webb is. I know he kind of messed up there a little bit.
Yeah. So we got Roczen, Webb, Tomac, Barsha, Anderson, Malcolm Stewart, Joey Savatgy, Dylan Ferrandis, Aaron Plessinger, and Wilson for the top 10. Right now, Roczen's out front by 1.2 seconds with Webb and Tomac on his heels, man. Webb is looks like he doesn't want to relent to any pressure from Tomac, and he seems to be holding him at bay, which is something we really don't see too much, is that when Tomac's in a charge, Drew really isn't getting in his way, but looks like for whatever reason, man, Webb has answered the call, and he's riding really strong. But you can't leave out Barsha.
Through some lappers, and we'll see how that shakes out here.
And you can't leave out Barsha either. Barsha is so formidable this year.
Yeah, he's in a sneaky fourth right now. Really,
he is. And he's quiet. He's kind of biding his time. It looks like. And if there's two guys that aren't afraid of Webb, of Tomac, it's Webb and Barsha. So this could spell a little bit of trouble for Tomac as well. But man, Kenny seems to be managing that like second gap. As a Roczen fan, I would love to see that gap turn into like a second and a half, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, to give him a little bit of breathing room. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Dave, just doubled out again. Webb did. To talk about to go back to what we were talking about earlier on, Dave. I don't think that this track, as much as we were hoping and thinking it would become a factor in the different rhythms and everything and everything we talked about earlier, it's not playing out that way. It does. I mean, they're all checking all the boxes off every lap, pretty much doing the same thing. And again, it does seem like, look, we got the three robots out front.
Yeah.
So we'll see which one of the robots is going to take it. And I don't mean that in a derogatory way. I mean, like, look, it's lap after lap after lap after lap, same thing. And we're talking about like the time that they're making up. Right there is a perfect example. Webb just clips the landing of the table right there. Those tiny little things or those fractions of a second are being made up. That's what's going to be the difference of this race, not what we thought going into it, really.
Oh no, definitely not. Matt Jensen, I agree with you. He said Kenny looks like Webb last weekend with the pressure. He's pretty much flip flop those two guys, and yeah, it kind of looks like that, man. It does look like Kenny seems to be pulling away a little bit on the straightaway going into the first rhythm, but man, Webb, Bryce, you were right. Webb's corners, he can really avoid those ruts, dive down, cut under, and just explode out, man. I think that's what's kind of his saving grace right now.
Let's see if he clips this again.
That's an attribute.
Yeah, just a little bit. Those tiny little things when we're talking about qualifying times and lap times within tenths, hundredths of a second sometimes, it's like you have to be perfect, especially these three running the way they're running. You have to downside everything. Your rhythms have to be perfect. You just have to hit every single thing perfectly every lap. So it's really just a function of which one of these guys can be perfect the entire 20 minutes plus one. So, I mean, however many laps have gone by since these guys have been in this position, nothing's changed. I mean, we're going into every rhythm section, every corner, about the same gap.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot of differentiation.
They're close now, man. That gap has been eaten up.
So Kenny must have messed up coming out of that left-hand corner. I don't know what. They didn't show him. They were focused on Webb. But look, now we're coming into traffic, and that's going to be a big problem. Look, Webb just got tangled up behind, who is that, Hardraft?
Oh, holy crap.
So that just screwed up Webb big time coming into lappers, where we thought he was going to go around Roczen.
Holy crap. Okay, so now I don't know if Kenny is going to feel the pressure yet. I think I must have spoke too soon, because it looks like he's succumbing to the pressures of having Webb behind him, because the lap time is starting to slip away, unless Webb is just wicking it up a little bit, that much more extra. You know what I mean?
Well, Webb is generally stronger later in the race. Kenny is obviously really strong throughout the race, but it does seem like Webb has it in the last 5 to 6 minutes of a race.
Yep.
And where he's reeled Kenny in however many times before. So it's interesting to see how it'll play out in these last 5.5 minutes.
It definitely will. Again, guys, thank you so much for watching along with us as we oh no, Tomac made a mistake. As we watch this
You're just a fraction. Oh, where'd that tough block come from?
No,
Barsha gets by him. What?
And I told you there's a few guys that aren't afraid of Tomac.
Yep, here we go.
Barsha and Webb. And look at that. Now those guys are gonna be battling a little bit.
See?
Looks like but Barsha. Protector inside. Yeah, it's insane. But guys, thank you for watching with us. We appreciate all the interaction and you guys really hanging out with us. We really appreciate it. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. And if you're feeling so inclined, if you enjoyed your time with us, guys, please be sure to hit that dollar sign underneath, and we would appreciate any and all donations. A lot of what we get goes right back to these badass privateers and teams that we help support in our programs. Now we got Webb versus Roczen.
You got him. See, this is what we've been waiting for, Dave Drakes. This is what we've been waiting for.
Exactly.
I want these two to go reckless abandon. They both.
Sketchy, dude.
Yep, here we go. This is going to be a great end.
Come on, Coop. Come on. Man. Looks like Coop is a decent whoop dude when it comes down to battling his arch nemesis.
Yeah, he changed his line that when he was right next to Roczen, he did not double at the end of those.
Okay, so now does Kenny kind of bide his time, follow his lines, and made a mistake in the freaking rollers, Kenny. Don't let it fall apart now, dude.
See, I think
now
like
come on, 1.3 seconds. Kenny.
Yeah, Kenny just made a big mistake in the sand section coming to the finish line. That's a tricky section. We take for granted watching these guys how tricky that section is. Kenny just paid the price.
100%. You know, I will say, and you guys who have been watching with us for the last couple of live watch parties that we've done, you know, I'm a Roczen guy. I want to see Roczen win. I think he's been through a lot. I love what he brings to the sport. I love his attitude, all that stuff. If Kenny lets this win right here slip away from him in the way that it did slip away when he got out front, he led the race and he had a gap, and then he let Cooper eat up that gap, catch him, pass him, and pull him a little bit. Dude, I'm gonna have to say, you know what? I just think
this is not good. Yeah, it doesn't look good.
This is all Webb's championship, dude. The way that Webb won tonight, it's all him, man.
Yeah, and now, I mean, Webb's up more on Kenny than Kenny ever was on Webb throughout the beginning of this race.
Yep. Webb has
it's not looking good.
Gap now.
See, and I've been in this situation where I've been passed. You get so flustered, especially when you think you're riding a perfect race. You have your main competitor for the championship right behind you. Dude, getting passed by that guy, it's like your heart rate goes up immediately. You second guess everything you've done so far in the race. You just get flustered. I mean, it's a hard thing mentally to come back from. So we got to see Roczen make a push, and it's just not happening. He's getting farther and farther behind.
I agree. Now it's
another mistake in that sand section.
He's got Barsha right behind him and an angry Tomac. So the race isn't over, guys. We have a minute and a half left. And Roczen's not safe. A podium is not guaranteed for Roczen right now. We've got Tomac and Barsha battling. Tomac just made a move on the inside of the bowl corner.
Timing and scoring just went wonky as hell.
Really?
Wait, Webb can't be 10 seconds up.
No. Okay. Are you on the AMA Supercross deal or?
No. I was watching the stream. It just had Roczen 10 seconds back.
Yeah, no way.
Okay, all right, but he is on my screen 2.2. I'm a little behind you.
Man, so
what happened to him?
Say Tomac doesn't have that little mix-up where he hit the tough block. Do you think Tomac makes a push for the front and can and overtakes Webb?
That's a tough one, Dave. I don't know. You'd have to imagine that the Roczen Webb situation would have happened anyway. So yeah. I don't know. Oof. All right, so the way they're running right now, Webb is 1.5 seconds up over Roczen, and Tomac is just 2 seconds
Lonely.
back from Roczen.
Lonely in third.
Yeah.
Man, this is crazy. I thought Kenny for sure had this one in the bag.
I like seeing Anderson in top 5. I mean, I think he's one of my favorite riders.
Yep, it's a nice surprise. Again, and we live in we're in a sport where you're only as good as your last race, right? So all of the accolades that and attention and fanfare that Anderson garners on online, it's really hard to see how it's deserved through racing. But the guy is such a talent and he's a badass. I think it's just a few things that he needs to up with his program, fitness, starts, and he could be right up there with these guys.
It's funny to me, Dave. Webb is riding significantly better in front of Roczen than he was behind him, and you got to wonder, like, what goes through his head? Is he watching Roczen too much? Psychologically, I try to put myself in these guys' position. Like, what would make that happen? I feel like I would probably be the same way. Like, I get up front, I'm doing what I want. I'm not relying or distracted by the guy in front of me. I'm just kind of doing my thing, and that's what Webb certainly seems to excel at. Is when he gets out on a clear track, he could just kind of do his thing and what works for him. But like I noticed as this race developed, you'd think it would be almost the opposite. You'd think he'd get fatigued coming into traffic, stuff. The track breaks down, and he's riding that section. I don't know if you just saw that the quad table. He's riding that section way better than he was in the beginning of the race. So it just seems like he's getting stronger as this race goes on.
Again, I think he's just a confidence rider. Like when things go good for him, he just, I don't know, like when he's up front, he gets like an extra breath of like, I don't know, just tenacity to him, and he just crushes, man. So
it's good. I don't know. This last lap is going to be
checkers. Yeah, we do the checkers. So we got Webb that won. Roczen, unfortunately, got that second place, and we got Tomac that we got third. Great race all the way around. Super fun. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in with us. We really appreciate you. We're going to have more of these. So please hit that subscribe button, follow along with us so that you know what's happening as we unleash different content, such as notifying you guys when these things happen. I want to say thank you to my good buddy Bryce Rankowitz from Behind the Gate podcast. Bryce, this was awesome, dude. I want to have you as a repeat offender on the regular, man. I had fun. I really appreciate all the breakdown, and also shout out to Feld and Supercross for giving us a track that we could actually watch and appreciate and like this time.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And yeah, thank you so much, guys, for always supporting us and tuning in and talking and chatting and subscribing. Congrats to Matt Jensen tonight. Guys, we're gonna be doing this again. Check us out online at the collective xp.com, at the collective ex on Instagram, and of course share all of our videos. We got some cool stuff coming for you guys, vlog wise, a lot of cool in-depth how-tos and whatnot. And of course, guys, check out Behind the Gate.
New episode coming Monday. What if came on Friday had we not had a serious malfunction?
We'll blame AJ. So guys, check out Bryce. He's doing amazing work, and I absolutely love their podcast. They do a great job. Guys, that's going to be it for us. Thank you so much. And as always feel free to ask us your questions, DM us, message us. We want to get to them. Bryce, I will let you get back to your normal life, and thanks again, buddy. This was fun.
Man, I had a good time, Dave. That went by really quick.
It did.
Usually I'm just like watching it with my wife, like next to me and rocking a baby or something in another arm. Right. So this was fun.
This is awesome, man. I appreciate the time. We're gonna do it again, man.
All right, man. Thanks, Dave.